your ideas, your money, $1 million mindset. Have you ever stopped to wonder where big, amazing things truly begin? Not just inventions, but whole new ways of living. It's easy to think great things just happen, or that only special people create them. But the truth is, most started as a simple thought, a quiet idea in someone's mind. That's what we mean by $1 million mindset. It's not about being super rich right now. It's about understanding that your own thoughts, your unique ideas, have incredible value. People have known this for a long time. Ancient thinkers talked about the mind as a source of creation. They believed everything we see first began as an imagination. Before there was a wheel, someone imagined moving heavy things more easily. Before there was a house, someone pictured shelter. Our world is built from these quiet sparks of thought. It's about seeing a problem and believing you can find a solution, even if nobody else has. Think of it like a tiny seed, maybe a sunflower seed, small and plain. It doesn't look like much, but inside that seed is everything needed to grow a tall, bright sunflower. It has the potential, the blueprint, for something beautiful. Your idea is like that seed. Your mindset, your belief, is the rich soil, the gentle rain, and the warm sunlight that helps it grow. If you believe your seed can grow, you'll tend to it. You'll give it what it needs. So, next time an idea pops into your head, no matter how small or silly, don't dismiss it. Hold on to it. Your mind is like a garden, full of possibilities. What you choose to plant there, and how you care for it, can blossom into something that changes your world, and maybe even the world around you. It's a quiet power, always there, waiting inside you. The first step, turning hobbies into hustles. Have you ever had that feeling? Like when you're doing something you absolutely love, and time just disappears. Maybe you're drawing, or playing an instrument, or building something with your hands, or even just helping a friend with homework. That magical space, where effort feels easy, that's often where the seed of a great idea grows. Here's the thing. Many people who became very successful didn't start by chasing money. They started by chasing joy, by following a passion. This isn't a new idea. Long ago, people didn't just work. They were weavers, storytellers, builders, healers. Their skills, often learned from play or deep interest, were how they helped their community and made a living. The ancient Greeks had a word, tech, which was about skill and craft, a kind of artful knowing. It wasn't just about making money. It was about mastering something. And that mastery, that dedication, often brought rewards. It's kind of like how a tiny acorn can grow into a giant oak tree. You don't plant an acorn expecting a huge tree tomorrow. You plant it because you believe in its potential, because you care for it and give it what it needs. Your hobby is that small seed. Maybe you love creating cool digital art, or you're really good at organizing things, or you enjoy taking care of neighbors' pets. What if those things aren't just for fun? What if they're clues? Clues to something bigger, something that could one day provide not just money, but a deep sense of purpose and pride. It's about listening to that quiet voice inside you, the one that whispers about what you truly enjoy, and daring to see where it might lead. It starts small, with what makes you happy. And that, sometimes, is the most powerful starting point of all. Garage sale gold. Finding treasure to flip. Have you ever looked at something old, maybe dusty and forgotten, and wondered what stories it held, or why someone just left it behind? This feeling, this quiet curiosity, is where fortunes begin. It's about seeing what others don't. It's about finding treasure where someone else saw trash. Here's how it works. You go to a garage sale, or an estate sale, or even a thrift store. People are selling things they no longer want, often for very little money. But some things have a hidden value. Maybe it's a lamp from a certain time, or a vintage board game, or even a piece of art that just needs a good cleaning. You buy it cheap, then you clean it up, sometimes fix it a little, learn what it's really worth, and then you sell it for more. That's the flip. Think about ancient times. People would trade shells or shiny rocks. They saw value in things that were simply interesting or rare. Over time, what we value changes. A simple, handmade clay pot from centuries ago might be priceless today. Not because it was fancy, but because it survived, because it tells a story. It's the same idea with items now. An old comic book, once a child's toy, can become a collector's dream. It's like when you're looking through a pile of fallen leaves after a storm. Most are just brown and crunchy, but every now and then you find a leaf, perfect in color, still holding its shape. You pick it up, admire it. You see its beauty, its unique pattern. That's how it is with finding treasure. You're looking through the ordinary, but your eye catches something special, something that shines with potential. And that's why it matters. It teaches us to look closer. It shows us that worth isn't always obvious. Sometimes, the greatest value, the deepest beauty, is hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to see it, to give it a new life, and to understand its quiet, unspoken tale. Dog walking dynamos. Pet care pays off. What if the gentle wag of a dog's tail, or the soft purr of a cat, could lead to something truly big for you? It sounds simple, just walking dogs or spending time with a pet. But here's the thing. For many, caring for their animals is a deep, loving need. It's a bond asking for attention and companionship. And for some, understanding this became a way to build something amazing, even a fortune. Think about it. For thousands of years, humans and animals shared a special connection. Our ancestors relied on animals for so much: protection, hunting, help on farms, and companionship. In return, humans cared for them deeply, seeing them as family. Today, that connection is still strong, but our daily lives are often much busier. People work long hours or travel. They need help giving their furry friends the exercise and affection they deserve. It's an old idea, this helping hand, but for modern, treasured pets, it's like planting a tiny seed. You put it in good earth, water it with kindness, give it your dedication, and watch it grow. It won't become a giant tree overnight, but with consistent, loving care, with patience and responsibility, that small seed can grow into something mighty, providing so much. Dog walking starts like that. A few walks for a neighbor, but when you truly care about the animals, when you are dependable and kind, word spreads. More people trust you with their beloved pets, and before you know it, you're not just walking dogs. You're building a whole garden of trust and deep satisfaction. This isn't just about making money from caring for pets. It's about understanding a quiet need, offering genuine care from your heart. Then you see how small acts of service, done with true dedication, can blossom into something incredible. It shows us that sometimes, the simplest acts, full of kindness and responsibility, hold the biggest power. They can change our lives, give us purpose, and help make dreams come true. Social media stars, building an audience, building wealth. Have you ever thought about how some people just talk online, share what they love, and somehow build a whole world around themselves? Here's the thing. Social media has opened a new path. It's not just for sharing photos with friends anymore. For many, it's become a stage where ordinary people become voices, teachers, storytellers, and yes, even millionaires. Think about it. For centuries, if you wanted to share an idea, you had to write a book, perform on a stage, or maybe preach from a pulpit. Your voice reached only so many. But now, with a phone and an internet connection, your thoughts, your passions, can travel across oceans. It's like everyone has their own tiny, global TV station, broadcasting their unique signal. Imagine you love drawing comics. Maybe you used to share them only with your best friend, but now, you post them online. One person sees it and laughs, then 10 people, then 1,000. They start waiting for your next comic, talking about your characters. It's like tending a garden. You plant a small seed, your idea, your skill, and with care, it grows. More people come to see the flowers, and some even help you tend it. That connection, that shared joy, becomes something powerful. It's not just about getting likes, it's about finding your people, your community. It takes courage to put yourself out there, to be truly seen, to share something that matters to you, even if it feels small at first. But when you do, and others connect with it, a kind of magic happens. You're not just an individual anymore. You're a spark in a bigger fire. You're weaving a thread of connection across distances, showing others they're not alone in their interests. And perhaps that's the real treasure here. Beyond any money, beyond any fame. It's the quiet wonder of finding your voice and discovering that someone, somewhere, needed to hear it. It's the profound realization that being genuinely yourself can build bridges, light up lives, and yes, sometimes even build a fortune. It reminds us that every single one of us carries something unique inside, waiting to be shared, waiting to make a difference. YouTube riches, lights, camera, income. Have you ever had a story bubbling inside you, something you just had to share? Or maybe a skill you love, like drawing or explaining tricky math, and you wished more people could see it. For some, that quiet desire to connect, to teach, or to simply make someone smile, has opened a door to a whole new kind of richness. Not just money, but a feeling of purpose. YouTube, at its heart, is a giant stage for these whispers and shouts. It's where everyday people, without fancy studios or huge teams, can press record and share a piece of themselves with the world. Imagine the ancient storytellers gathered around a fire, their voices carrying tales through the night. They didn't have cameras, but their words, their passion, made people listen. YouTube is like that fire, but it reaches across continents, allowing your unique flame to shine for millions. Here's how it works. Someone shares their passion, maybe it's building miniature worlds, or reviewing video games, or teaching people how to bake the perfect cookie. Others watch. If enough people enjoy and subscribe, YouTube shares some of its advertising money with the creator. It's like planting a tiny seed of an idea, watering it with effort and care, watching it grow into a beautiful garden. Each view and comment helps the garden flourish. The money comes not just from ads, but from genuine connection, a bond built with an audience who trusts what you offer, and that's why it matters. It's not just about flashy videos or being famous, it's about the quiet courage to be yourself, to speak your truth, or share your art. It's about realizing your voice, your simple, honest voice, can truly matter to someone, somewhere. It reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary paths begin with nothing more than a camera, a dream, and the willingness to just begin. The deepest wealth might just be found in sharing your inner world, allowing it to touch another. Selling stuff online, your digital storefront. Have you ever imagined having your own shop? A place where you decide what to sell, where you arrange everything just so, where every item tells a story. For a long time, that dream needed a physical building, walls, and a roof, a street where people would walk by. But here's the thing. Today, your shop can exist in the air, on a screen, reaching farther than any storefront ever could. This is what selling stuff online means. It's like opening a door to a global marketplace right from your bedroom. For thousands of years, people traded, bartering goods in busy town squares. Then stores had fixed spots. But here's the thing. With the internet, those old walls have come down. Your digital storefront is a simple website, a page where what you make or find can be seen by anyone, anywhere. Imagine collecting beautiful, old comic books. Maybe you found them at garage sales, carefully preserving each page. Before, you might only show them to friends or sell them at a local fair. But online, you list them, describe their history, share pictures. It's like sending out a quiet signal. Someone across the country, or even the world, who shares your exact passion, hears it. They see the value you saw. It's more than just buying and selling. It's about connection. It's about finding out that what you love, what you create, what you cherish, can mean something to someone else. It's about seeing your own unique taste and effort find a home, a purpose beyond your own walls. This can help you build something real, something that earns you freedom, by simply sharing your world, one item at a time. It's a quiet testament to shared humanity, to value recognized and exchanged. Crafty cash, making and selling handmade goods. Have you ever held something truly special, something made just for you? Here's the thing. People have always loved unique items, things crafted with care, by hand. Crafty cash is all about that. It's when someone takes their skill, maybe they're good at drawing, or sewing, or making cool jewelry, and turns that talent into something beautiful they can sell. Way back, long before big factories and stores on every corner, everything was handmade. A weaver made cloth, a potter shaped clay. It wasn't just about survival. It was about pride and art. Every single thing had a human story baked into it. People valued that connection, that personal touch. It's a very old idea, this human desire to create and share. When you pour your effort into something, it gets a special kind of magic, a bit of your soul. Think about it like this. Remember building that amazing Lego castle? You designed every tower, every window, piece by piece. When your friend sees it, they don't just see plastic bricks. They see your effort, your creativity. They might even wish they had one just like it. Or maybe you drew a really cool picture for a family member, and they framed it. It means more than any store-bought art, because it came from you, and it shows you care. Your skill, your time, makes something truly valuable. And so, when someone buys something handmade, they're not just buying an object. They're buying a piece of someone's heart, a moment of their time, a spark of their imagination. It's a quiet exchange of beauty and trust, a silent handshake across time. It reminds us that our hands, when filled with passion, can create not just useful things, but deep, true connection. This can help you see your own creative power, and that's why it matters. Tutoring titans, sharing knowledge, earning big. Have you ever helped a friend with homework, really explaining something until their eyes lit up with understanding? That feeling, when a tough idea finally clicks for someone, is pretty powerful, isn't it? That quiet satisfaction is at the heart of tutoring. It's not just about good grades. It's about reaching out, sharing what you know, guiding someone through a mental fog until they can see clearly. And here's the thing. This act of sharing knowledge is ancient. Think about Greece, where wise teachers shared ideas with eager students under olive trees, or imagine long ago, older kids showing younger ones how to gather food or build shelter. Knowledge wasn't just in books. It was passed on, person to person, like a living flame kept bright through connection. Imagine you're trying to solve a super challenging puzzle, maybe a new app you can't figure out, and you're completely stuck. Then, someone comes along, not to do it for you, but to gently show one small step, one hidden function. Suddenly, the whole thing makes more sense. You feel smarter, more capable, because you found the way. That's what a great tutor does. They don't just give answers. They offer a different way to look at a problem, a fresh perspective that makes the solution feel like your own discovery. It's like being a calm lighthouse in a storm, not pulling the ship, but simply shining a steady light on the safe path ahead. And when you help another person truly grasp a difficult concept, something special happens inside you too. You realize your own knowledge isn't just a thing to keep. It's a gift you can give. In giving, it grows. It makes you feel connected, knowing you've made a real difference in someone's journey. It reminds us that learning isn't a race to finish alone, but often a quiet, shared adventure. There's a calm beauty in helping another person grow, a gentle echo that stays with you long after the lesson is over. It shows us that true wealth isn't only about money, but also about the understanding we patiently build, piece by piece, for ourselves and for others. Lawn care legends, green thumbs, greenbacks. Have you ever looked at a perfectly mowed lawn, neat edges, bright green, and felt a quiet sense of peace? It's more than just grass. It's a picture of care, of order. For some, that picture became the start of a journey to millions. It sounds simple, right? Cutting grass. But here's the thing. Sometimes the biggest successes grow from the most basic, honest work. Think back through history. People have always cared for their land. From farmers to villagers, there's deep human satisfaction in making things grow and look good. It's about being responsible for a small piece of the world. And it's about giving value. When you take away someone's chore, like mowing their lawn, you're giving them back precious time. Imagine growing a seed for a science project. You water it, give it sunlight, check it daily. It's consistent effort, not magic. Growing a lawn care business is like that. You start small, maybe with a neighbor's yard, then a few more. Each lawn is a little seed. You care for it, make it look good, and that happy customer tells someone else. Your reputation grows, just like the plant. You learn about grass, tools, time management. Slowly, steadily, that small effort turns into something bigger. It's not about complex business plans. It's about showing up, doing a good job, and being reliable. It's about the feeling when you step back and see a yard transformed, knowing your hands made that happen. This simple act of tending the earth, making something beautiful, teaches so much about commitment and consistent effort. That, in itself, is a treasure beyond any money. It's about finding worth in simple work and watching your efforts bloom. Photo fortunes, clicking your way to cash. Have you ever truly looked at a picture, one that just reaches out and grabs you? Maybe it's a moment frozen, a tiny detail, or a vast view. What if the unique way you see the world, through your camera or phone, could become a pathway to something more? Here's the thing. People have always wanted to capture what they see. Think about ancient cave paintings. Someone saw a powerful animal and felt an urge to share it, to make it last. Later, artists painted faces and feelings. Then came the camera, a machine that could snatch a sliver of time forever. It let everyone, not just skilled painters, record their lives. And that's why it matters today. Every moment, every angle, every shade of light you notice is unique. Imagine you're at the beach, and the sun sets in a burst of orange and purple. You pull out your phone, snap a quick picture. To you, it's just a cool sunset. But maybe a travel company needs a beautiful beach photo for their website, or a magazine needs a feeling of calm. Your photo, the one you took, holds that exact emotion. It's like when scientists study a single snowflake under a microscope. Each one is different, intricate, holding its own tiny story. Your photo is like that snowflake, a unique piece of the world, seen through your eyes. So, it's not just about fancy cameras. It's about your perspective, your feeling for a moment. It's about noticing the quiet beauty, the simple truths that others might walk right past. And when you share that vision, you're not just selling a picture, you're sharing a piece of your soul, a glimpse into the world as you experience it, proving that sometimes the most ordinary click can hold extraordinary value. It reminds us that our personal view, our own way of seeing, is a gift with power. Design dreams, creating graphics for GainHap. You ever looked at a cool poster, a funny meme, or the logo on your favorite snack, and felt something? Maybe it made you laugh, or excited, or you just understood it instantly. That feeling, that connection, often comes from graphic design. It's not just drawing, it's telling a story without words, making emotions jump off the screen or page. For thousands of years, people have used images to share ideas. Think about ancient cave paintings. They weren't just pretty pictures. They showed hunts, told stories, shared warnings. That's design at its core, visual communication. Today, it's still about communication, but with computers, colors, shapes, and fonts. It's like a superpower, arranging simple things to make someone feel or understand something important. Here's the thing, everyone has ideas, but not everyone can make them visible. That's where a graphic designer steps in. They take a blurry thought and make it crystal clear. Imagine explaining how a cell works to your little sibling. You could talk for an hour, or draw a simple, colorful diagram. That diagram helps your sibling get it faster, right? That's the power of good design. Some ordinary people discovered they had this knack for making things look good, making images that connect. They helped small businesses with logos, created cool designs for t-shirts, or made social media posts pop. They turned their skill, their eye for what looks right, into something valuable. It wasn't about being famous artists. It was about solving a visual problem for someone else. And that's why it matters. Design is more than just making pretty pictures. It's about empathy, understanding what someone needs to see to feel understood. It's about leaving a little piece of your vision in the world, helping others see things in a new, clearer way. It's a quiet way to build something meaningful, one image at a time. Writing for wealth, finding your way to riches. Have you ever just sat there, maybe staring at a blank page or a computer screen, and wondered what your thoughts are really worth? It sounds kind of wild to think that simply putting words down could change your life, or even lead you to something like $1 million. But here's the thing, writing isn't just about homework. It's about sharing a piece of yourself, your ideas, your unique way of seeing the world. And people, it turns out, really value that. Think about it for a second. For thousands of years, long before apps or even books, people shared vital messages by writing. Ancient thinkers carved ideas into stone. Storytellers wrote down legends, kings issued decrees, and poets wrote songs. These words, simple letters, held immense power. They passed on knowledge, sparked emotions, and moved entire societies. It shows that our ideas, when put into words, have always had a deep impact and a real price. Here's what I mean. Imagine writing a great song. The music is catchy, but the lyrics stick with you. Those words make you feel something. They tell a story that connects with your own experiences. Writing for wealth is a lot like that. It's about creating something, an article, a blog post, a story, or even a product description that truly connects. It's like building a strong bridge with words, connecting your thoughts to another's needs or feelings. So, don't ever underestimate the quiet power of your own voice, the thoughts living inside your head. Every time you write, you're building something. You're creating a little piece of yourself that can go out into the world and touch someone else. It reminds us that every single one of us has a story to tell, a unique perspective to share, and sometimes, those simple, honest words are the very things that pave your way to something truly extraordinary. Voiceover victories. Using your voice to make money. Have you ever truly listened to your own voice? Not just the words you say, but the sound itself. It's how you talk, how you laugh, how you tell a story. But here's the thing, What if that unique sound, the one only you possess, could also earn you money? That's what voiceover work is all about. It's using your speaking voice for all sorts of projects, like commercials that play on the radio, audiobooks you listen to on a long trip, or even being the voice of a character in a cartoon or video game. For a very long time, even before books were common, people passed down everything just by talking. Imagine a time without writing or screens. Stories, history, important advice, it all came from someone's voice, sitting round a fire. That voice carried the weight of wisdom, the excitement of an adventure, or the sadness of a loss. Our voices have always been powerful tools. They don't just say words, they share feelings. They connect us in ways written words sometimes can't. Think about your favorite video game character, or maybe the voice that tells a deep story in a documentary you watched. Their voice probably made you feel something, right? It pulled you into their world. Your voice is a lot like a musical instrument. Each instrument has its own special sound, its own voice. A violin can make you feel joyful one moment, then deeply sad the next. Your own voice is much like that. It's your very own instrument, and no one else's sounds exactly like yours. You can make it soft and comforting, or strong and exciting, just by changing how you speak, how you breathe life into the words. This means your voice isn't just for everyday talk. It's a personal connection. It holds a piece of who you are inside it, your feelings, your spirit, your unique way of seeing the world. To use it to tell stories or share ideas for others is a quiet, powerful act. It's about lending your distinct sound to the world, letting it echo and touch others in ways you might not expect. It shows us that sometimes, the most ordinary parts of us can hold the most extraordinary potential for change and connection. Podcasting profits, talking your way to the top half. You ever really just listened to someone speak, truly listened, and felt like their words reached right into your heart? What if your own voice, your own thoughts, could do that for others, and even help you build a life? Podcasting is a simple idea, but it carries a powerful, ancient feeling. It's like creating your very own radio show, but instead of needing a big studio, you just need a microphone and something to say. People from anywhere can find your show on their phones or computers, listening whenever they want. When many people connect with your words, businesses might want to share their message on your show, or your listeners might even choose to support you directly. For thousands of years, humans have gathered to share stories. Around campfires, in town squares, voices carried lessons, laughter, and comfort. We needed to hear each other, to feel connected. Podcasting is just a new, modern way we carry on that old tradition. It taps into our deep human need to share our world and to understand others. Think about it like this. When you whisper a secret to a trusted friend, that secret travels, changing things, making new connections. Your voice, when shared through a podcast, can travel in a similar way, like a gentle wave spreading out. It's not yelling, but a quiet conversation, inviting people in. And that's why it matters. It reminds us that our voices, even quiet ones, hold special power. It's a way to be heard, to share your truth, or your passion, or your funny stories. It shows us that what you have to say, your unique thoughts and feelings, can truly matter to someone else. There's a quiet strength in simply speaking your mind, knowing that somewhere, someone is listening, understanding, and feeling a little less alone because of your words. It's not about being the loudest, but about being real, and letting your voice find its way home to others. App ideas, coding your way to a fortune. Have you ever looked at your phone, really looked, and thought about all the tiny worlds living inside it? Those apps, the ones you use every single day, weren't just born there. Each one started as a whisper of an idea, a quiet wish from someone who saw a little problem or imagined a better way to do something. And that's the thing about apps. They are dreams, built with code. They are solutions born from a thoughtful mind. Coding is just a language. It's how you tell a computer what to do, step by step. Imagine you want to build a secret treehouse. You first imagine it, how big, where the door goes, what special features it will have. Then you draw plans, gather wood, and nail it together, piece by piece. Coding an app is a lot like that. You have an idea, you write down the instructions in code, and suddenly, a digital treehouse appears. People can visit it, they can find it useful, and if enough people find your digital treehouse special, a fortune can quietly follow. This idea of creating something from nothing, just from a thought, isn't new. For thousands of years, humans have looked at a need, like needing to carry water or tell time, and then built a tool to help. From a simple clay pot to a complex clock, it always began with an idea, a desire to make life better or easier. Apps are just the newest form of this ancient human impulse. They are the digital tools that solve our modern problems. Think about it, a little app that helps you organize your homework, or one that connects you with friends for a quick game. These are not just lines of code, they are heartfelt solutions born from thought, connecting people, making things simpler, and that's why it matters so much. The true power isn't just in the code itself, but in the heart and mind that imagines what the code can do. It's about looking at the world around you, seeing a small gap, a missing piece, and daring to imagine something that could fill it. Your mind, your unique way of seeing things, holds countless possibilities, like a quiet universe of its own. Maybe your next big idea is waiting there, ready to be coded into existence, ready to make a difference in someone's day, and perhaps build a future you can barely imagine. What quiet wish lives in your mind, just waiting to become a digital reality? What gentle ripple could your idea send out into the world? Web design wizards, building sites, building bank. Have you ever stopped to think about all the websites you visit in a single day? From checking scores to watching videos, the internet is just there. But here's the thing, every single one of those places, those digital homes, had to be built. Someone sat down and carefully put it together. That's what web design is. It's not just typing words, it's like building a house in the sky, a space where ideas live and people connect. Think back to the early days of the internet. It was mostly text, a giant library of words, kind of like reading a textbook with no pictures. People quickly realized that if they wanted to share their passions, sell their crafts, or tell their stories, it couldn't just be boring text. It needed color, layout, easy buttons. It needed a soul. This desire to make digital spaces welcoming and clear is where web design really took off. It wasn't just a tech skill, it became an art, a way to make the vastness of the internet feel a little more human. Imagine you're trying to explain a complex idea to a friend. You could just talk, right? But if you draw a simple diagram, or show them a picture, suddenly it clicks. That's the power of good design. It takes something complicated and makes it simple, beautiful. Like how a great artist uses colors and shapes to tell a story without saying a word. A web designer uses buttons and images to guide you, to make you feel comfortable. It's about bringing order to chaos, giving a smooth path through a busy place. So when you see a website that just feels right, that's a web wizard at work. They're not just drawing lines, they're crafting experiences, they're creating pathways for understanding, for joy, for business. It reminds us that even in a digital world, the need to build, to make things better and clearer for others, remains a deep human desire. And sometimes, quietly, beautifully, that desire can also build a fortune. It's a quiet magic, shaping the world one screen at a time. Reselling sneakers, Kicks for Cash. Ever looked at someone's shoes and felt a little pull, like they held a secret story? Well, some people found a way to turn that feeling into money. It's called reselling sneakers, Kicks for Cash. Here's how it works. You buy special, often limited edition shoes when they first release. They might not cost a fortune then, but because only a few are made, and so many people want them, their value goes up fast. You then sell them for more than you paid. This isn't just about the shoes themselves. It taps into something deeper, a human desire for what's rare and unique. Think about how much a really old, perfect comic book or a rare trading card can be worth. It's the same feeling. Sneakers became important because of history, basketball legends, hip-hop artists, and street culture. These shoes became symbols, a way to show who you were and connect to a bigger story. It's like when your favorite music artist releases a vinyl album with only a few hundred copies. True fans, the ones who missed out, will pay extra later because that record means something special to them. That deep wanting, that longing, is what drives the sneaker market. It's a simple idea of supply and demand, but with a powerful human emotion woven right into it. So, from just a pair of shoes, we learn something quiet, but powerful. We see how objects gain value not just from what they're made of, but from the shared stories they carry, the dreams they represent, and the longing in our own hearts. It reminds us that even everyday things can become treasures, reflecting our deepest desires for something special. Thrift store flips, old clothes, new money. Have you ever looked at something old, something forgotten in a dusty corner, and felt a tiny tug in your heart, like it had a secret story to tell, or a quiet plea for a second chance? This is the quiet magic of thrift store flips. It's about finding clothes that someone didn't want anymore. Things left behind in a second-hand shop. Maybe a vintage jacket, a cool graphic tee, or a cozy sweater that just needs a little love. People buy these pieces for very little money. Then, they might clean them up, fix a loose button, or even change the style a bit. And then, they offer them a new life, selling them to someone who will love them. But here's the thing. It's not just about making money. It's about seeing beauty where others only see what's old. It's about giving a second chance, not just to an item of clothing, but to the idea of value itself. Think about it. For a long, long time, before everything was made quickly and thrown away, people treasured their clothes. A single coat might have been mended many times, passing from one person to another, from one generation to the next. It held stories, memories. This idea of reusing isn't new. It's woven into human history, a quiet wisdom from the past that whispers against today's waste. It's a bit like finding a half-forgotten drawing in your old sketchbook. To most, it might look like scribbles, incomplete, but with a little patience, a few fresh colors, and a new frame, it can become something special, something you're proud to show. The art was always there. It just needed someone to see it, to bring it back to life, and that's why it matters. This simple act of giving old clothes new value reminds us of something deep. It tells us that worth isn't always about what's brand new or shiny. Sometimes, the most amazing things, the most meaningful things, are found in what's been overlooked, waiting for a kind hand to reveal their true spirit. It's a gentle lesson in looking deeper, and in seeing potential everywhere. Cleaning services sparkle and shine for serious cash. Have you ever walked into a room, maybe your own, and felt a little tightness in your chest because of the mess? That quiet overwhelm, it's a powerful thing. Many people, especially busy adults, feel that way about their homes or workplaces. Here's the thing. That struggle creates a real need. Cleaning services aren't just about making things look pretty. They bring back calm, order, and a fresh start to someone's life. And you earn good money doing it. For thousands of years, humans have understood this. Even in ancient times, keeping spaces clean wasn't just about neatness. It was about health, about feeling safe. It was like a quiet agreement with our environment. Care for it, and it cares for you. Many thinkers say a clear space often helps us think clearly. It's a connection between our surroundings and our inner peace. Imagine your brain as a computer desk, piled high with papers and forgotten notes. It's hard to focus, right? Your thoughts feel cluttered, but clear it all away. Give everything its place, and suddenly there's room to think. Your mind feels lighter, brighter. That's the magic of a cleaning service. You're not just wiping surfaces, you're helping someone clear their mental desk, making space for peace. So when you see a dusty corner or a smudged window, remember, it's more than just dirt. It's a chance to transform a space, quietly touching someone's life. You're offering a gift, comfort, renewal, a clean slate. It's a simple act with deep power, turning everyday work into something truly meaningful. And understanding that depth, that's what makes this hustle shine. Organizing overload, making messes into money. Have you ever looked at your messy desk or your closet and just felt heavy, like a weight was pressing down, making it hard to think? That feeling of being swamped, like you can't even start. Many people feel that way. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes what looks like a big mess to one person is actually a hidden chance for someone else. It's about seeing chaos and thinking, I can fix this, and then finding a way to get paid for it. It's about seeing what's messy, seeing what's causing someone stress, and figuring out a way to make it right again. That quiet act of restoring order, it's a powerful thing. Think about it. Since forever, humans have been trying to put things in order. Ancient libraries, carefully organized scrolls. Scientists group information to understand the universe. It's how we make sense of our world. It's how we build comfortable homes and well-running societies. This isn't just about things. It's about how our minds work best when our environment feels clear. We naturally crave structure. There's a deep human need to tidy up, not just our things, but our thoughts to. Imagine your friend's backpack, maybe after a few weeks of school, papers everywhere, old snacks, pencils lost at the bottom. It's a disaster, right? But what if you saw that mess and thought, I bet people would pay me to sort that out. Maybe you create a system, file folders for subjects, a special pouch for pens, a clear-out routine. You're not just cleaning, you're creating a calm, functional space. You're turning a problem into a solution. And that solution has value. It's about more than just cleaning up. It's about bringing peace where there was stress. It's about taking something overwhelming and making it simple again. That feeling of relief, of things finally making sense, that's what you're offering. You are bringing calm into someone's busy life, and that is a truly valuable service. So, the next time you see clutter, don't just see junk. Look closer. See the potential. See the quiet story waiting to be told, waiting for someone to put it in order. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures are found not in creating something new, but in carefully arranging what's already there, making it useful and beautiful again. It's a quiet power, really, the power to bring harmony to disorder. Event planning pros, parties that pay off. Have you ever wondered about those moments in life, the ones that feel truly special? A big birthday, a wedding, a school dance that everyone talks about for years. Someone, somewhere, made that magic happen. And for some, making that magic is not just a passion, it's how they found their way to something amazing. This is about event planning, about turning celebrations into a serious business. Here's the thing, people have always gathered, from ancient tribes telling stories around a fire, to huge festivals today. We long to connect, we want to mark important times, to feel part of something bigger. That need for celebration, for coming together, it's deep inside us. Event planners understand this. They take that human desire and shape it into unforgettable experiences. They organize everything from the decorations to the food, the music to the invitations. They turn a messy jumble of ideas into a smooth, joyful event. Think about a puzzle. Each piece is important, but they don't make sense until someone carefully puts them together to form a beautiful picture. An event planner is like that puzzle master. They see the big picture, but they also know how to fit every tiny detail into place. Maybe it's a sweet 16 party where everything matches the birthday person's favorite color, or a local fair that runs perfectly, bringing joy to hundreds. They handle the stress, so everyone else can just enjoy the fun. And for their skill, for bringing that perfect picture to life, they get paid well. It's more than just parties. It's about crafting memories. It's about understanding what makes people happy, what makes them feel truly celebrated. And in doing so, these planners don't just earn a living, they touch lives, making the world a little brighter, one perfect moment at a time. It shows us that even joy, carefully planned, can become a path to success. DJ delights, spinning tunes, earning dollars. Have you ever noticed how a song, just a few notes and words, can change your whole mood? It can make you feel happy, or thoughtful, or ready to dance. Here's the thing. Some people learn to use that power, to become like guides through sound. They are called DJs. They don't just hit play on a playlist. They pick songs, one after another, and sometimes even blend them together, like a painter mixing colors to create a new picture. Their job is to feel the energy of a room, and then give it the music it needs. This idea isn't new, not really. For centuries, people have gathered to listen to music. Imagine ancient drummers around a fire, making everyone feel connected, moving together. A DJ is just a modern version of that storyteller, using turntables and speakers instead of drums. They are the ones who curate the sound, making sure each moment flows smoothly into the next. It's about building a vibe, a feeling that grows and changes. Think of it like this. You're baking a cake. You have flour, sugar, eggs, all good on their own. But when you mix them in the right order, with the right amount of care, and put them in the oven, you get something totally new and wonderful. A DJ does something similar with music. They take different songs, different sounds, and blend them into one amazing experience. They create moments where everyone in the room feels the same beat, laughs at the same chorus, or just smiles together. And that's why it matters. It's not just about earning money by playing songs. It's about connecting with people, about making them feel understood, giving them a space where they can let go, and just be asterisk. To be a DJ is to offer a gift, a shared moment of joy and rhythm that lingers long after the last song fades. It's a quiet understanding that sometimes, the best way to touch a heart is through a perfectly chosen melody. Music lessons, teaching notes, earning gold. Have you ever stopped to really listen to a song, feeling its story deep inside you? Music holds so many feelings, doesn't it? Joy, sadness, even quiet dreams. For some people, these feelings turn into a way to help others, and even to build a different kind of life. Here's how it works. You learn an instrument, maybe piano or guitar, and you get pretty good at it. Then, you realize you can share that gift, teaching someone else how to make their own music. Don't think about it. For thousands of years, people have sung songs, played flutes carved from bone, or drummed out rhythms. Music was how they told stories, celebrated, and even mourned. It connects us to history, to each other. When you teach someone an instrument, you're not just showing them where to put their fingers. You're passing down a piece of that very old, very human tradition. You're helping them find their own voice in a language that everyone, deep down, understands. It's a bit like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, you wobbled, maybe fell, but someone patient was there, holding the back of your seat, telling you, keep going, you've got this. Then, one day, they let go, and you were flying, pedaling on your own. When you teach music, you become that steady hand for someone else. You see their eyes light up when a tricky chord finally sounds right, or when they play a whole song for the first time. That feeling, that's a different kind of gold, just as precious as any money you might earn. It's a quiet miracle, really. With your knowledge, your patience, you help someone discover a hidden talent, a deep passion, and as they grow, so does the music. Spreading out into the world, you're not just teaching notes, you're helping dreams take flight, one gentle lesson at a time. It's a beautiful way to share your gift, and in doing so, build something truly meaningful for yourself and for others. Personal shopping, styling for success. Have you ever noticed how different clothes make you feel different? Like your favorite hoodie makes you feel cozy and safe, but a dress-up outfit makes you stand a little straighter. That's personal shopping for adults, wanting to feel their best and show who they are. It's about helping someone pick clothes that fit their body, their dreams, and how they want to be seen. You help them build confidence, one outfit at a time. Even ancient people knew what you wore mattered. Think about kings and queens from history books. Their fancy robes and jewels were symbols, not just for comfort. They showed who they were, how important. Even without crowns, our clothes still send messages. They tell a story about us before we even say a word. Personal shoppers help people write that story beautifully, so it reflects their true self and goals. It connects who you are inside with what you wear outside. Here's the thing. Picking the right clothes is a bit like a chef choosing the best ingredients for a dish. A chef thinks about flavors, texture, how ingredients make a wonderful meal. A personal shopper does the same. They look at a person's personality, their job, what events they have, then select pieces that mix and match. It's not just fashion trends, it's about what makes someone shine. For instance, imagine you have a big presentation at school. If you choose clothes that make you feel sharp and ready, you stand taller, speak clearer, and feel braver. That feeling is powerful, and that's why this work is more than just shopping. It's about understanding people, seeing their quiet hopes, and helping them express those hopes without words. It feels like a gentle magic. True strength often comes from feeling good in our own skin. Sometimes, a well-chosen jacket or perfect shoes can be a small but mighty part of that journey. Caring for how we present ourselves can be a quiet act of self. Helping others do that is deeply kind. Handyman heroes. Fixing things. Fixing your future. Have you ever looked at something broken, maybe a wobbly chair or a sputtering lawnmower, and wondered if it could ever be whole again? It's a feeling, right? That sense of frustration, or maybe just annoyance. But here's the thing. For some, that broken object isn't just a problem. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to use their hands, their smarts, and make something good again. They see not just what asterisk is asterisk broken, but what asterisk can be asterisk mended. Think about it. Since the very beginning, humans have been fixers. Our ancestors chipped flints, mended tools, and patched up their shelters. It wasn't just about surviving. It was about creating order from chaos, making things last, and extending the life of something valuable. There's a deep, quiet satisfaction in taking something worn or ruined and making it useful once more. This isn't just about hammers and wrenches, though those are important. It's about a mindset. It's a belief that problems have solutions, and that you can be the one to find them. Imagine your favorite video game controller. One day, a button sticks, or the joystick drifts just a bit. Annoying. Most people might just buy a new one. But what if you took it apart? Carefully, you find the tiny speck of dust, or the loose connection. You fix it. And when you put it back together, and it works perfectly again. That feeling, that's what a handyman feels, but on a bigger scale. They fix a leaky faucet for a struggling family, repair a creaky door for a small business owner, or restore a cherished piece of furniture. Each fix brings relief, gratitude, and for them, a fair payment for their skill. This work teaches you something truly important. It teaches patience. It teaches sharp problem solving. It teaches that even the smallest, most simple repair can make a huge difference in someone's day, someone's home, someone's life. And when you learn to fix things for others, you're not just fixing objects, you're building trust, you're offering genuine help, and in a quiet, steady way, you're building a foundation for your own future. It's about more than just earning money. It's about becoming someone who makes things better, one successful repair at a time. Car detailing, making rides shine, making money. Have you ever noticed how different a car feels when it's truly clean? Not just washed, but deeply, carefully cleaned. It's more than just looking good. It's a feeling of renewal. Car detailing is like giving a car a spa day. It means making it shine, inside and out, bringing back that new car sparkle. You clean every little spot, polish the paint until it gleams, and make the inside smell fresh. It's about careful, focused work. Think about why people have always cared for their belongings. Even in ancient times, people polished their armor or kept their tools spotless. It's not just about showing off. It's about respect for what you own, and pride in keeping it well. A clean car can feel safer, like it's cared for. It's the same feeling you get when you clean your room after it's been a mess. Everything just feels lighter, clearer. You feel good in that space. When a car looks its best, it tells a story. It says, "This is important to me." It's like when you wear your favorite clean sneakers. They make you walk a bit taller, feel a little more confident. Car detailing is taking something used and bringing back its hidden beauty. And here's the thing, people will pay good money for that feeling. They want their car to feel special and new again. This work isn't just about scrubbing away dirt. It's about seeing the potential in something dusty and worn, and then carefully, patiently, revealing its true self. It reminds us that with effort, even everyday things can become extraordinary. It teaches us that taking care of something, really, seeing it, can change how you feel about it, and how others see it too. It's a quiet magic, bringing value where it seemed lost. House-sitting heroes, watching homes, earning hustle. Have you ever walked into a quiet, empty house, felt the soft echoes of someone else's life? It's a strange, almost sacred space, isn't it? Full of unseen stories. For some, watching over these homes isn't just about earning cash. It's become a surprising path to a life they once dreamed of. Here's the thing, people go away. They travel for work, vacation, or family. While they're gone, they need someone truly reliable, someone they trust, to keep their house safe. Water plants, maybe feed a pet. That person, quietly doing good, is a house-sitter. This idea, while it sounds new, taps into something very old in human nature. Think about ancient times. A family left their farm for a journey. A trusted neighbor or loyal friend would step in. They'd keep watch, protecting what was left. It's a deep human instinct, the need for a guardian. It's about peace of mind, more than just physical things. Owners aren't just paying for tasks, they're paying for that deep, comforting feeling of security, knowing their cherished sanctuary is cared for. Imagine you're looking after your classes, pet hamster over a long break. You'd make sure it was safe, right? You'd feel a quiet, powerful promise to protect it. House-sitting is exactly like that, but for an entire home, a place brimming with someone else's heart. It's a profound act of trust. This quiet responsibility can save you huge money on rent. That gives you the freedom and space to build other dreams. Or it can become a steady, calm income. It allows you to save and invest, slowly building a stable future. It offers incredible freedom. You get to live in different places, learn about new towns, all while gently earning your way forward. So, what does it mean to be a house-sitting hero? It means being a silent guardian, a temporary keeper of someone else's precious world. It shows us that true value isn't always in grand, noisy actions. Often, it's in the quiet, dependable care we offer. It's about discovering a different kind of fortune, not by loudly taking, but by gently tending to what already exists, building trust one home at a time. Plant care perks, green thumbs, green cash, Have you ever felt a quiet kind of magic watching a tiny seed turn into something strong and green? There's a special peace in that, isn't there? For some people, that simple connection to growing things has actually blossomed into a way to make real money. Many folks love plants in their homes or offices, but don't have the time or knack to keep them alive. That's where the Green Thumb side hustle comes in. It's about helping others bring calm green life into their busy days. This isn't a new idea. For thousands of years, humans tended gardens, not just for food, but for beauty and peace. Ancient Egyptians created lush oases. Roman villas had courtyards filled with green life. They knew the deep satisfaction of nurturing nature. This job taps into something old within us, the desire to care for living things and help them thrive. When you do that for others, it brings a piece of that ancient peace into their modern lives. Imagine it like this. Remember watering that little bean plant in elementary school, checking on it daily. You saw it respond, saw it reach for light. That same gentle, consistent care is what a plant sitter offers. You're not just watering, you're observing, adjusting, providing what each plant needs. It's like being a quiet guardian for something beautiful and fragile. And the plants, in their silent way, thank you by staying vibrant and healthy. So, this work isn't just about earning cash. It's about connecting with life itself. Even small acts of consistent care can lead to something wonderful. Nurturing something, whether a plant or a skill, brings quiet joy and unexpected rewards. It teaches us patience and the beauty in slow, steady growth. Sometimes, the deepest riches aren't just in our wallets, but in the green life we help bring into the world. Ebook, empires, writing your own story, earning income. Have you ever stopped to think about the stories held inside you? The thoughts, the lessons, the made-up worlds. For a long time, sharing those stories with many people felt like a dream only a few could reach. You needed big companies, fancy printing presses, and lots of connections. But then, something quietly changed. Something really important. Here's the thing. An ebook is just a book that lives on a screen, your phone, a tablet, a computer. But what it means is so much bigger. It means anyone, truly anyone, can write their own book and share it with the whole world. It's like having your own printing press in your backpack. Suddenly, the gatekeepers are gone. You get to decide what's important enough to be read. Imagine you have a secret recipe, passed down through your family, or you're really good at explaining how to do something tricky, like drawing cartoon characters, or maybe you just have a wild story bubbling in your mind. Before, those ideas might have stayed quiet. Now, you can put them into an ebook. Each word you type is like planting a seed. You nurture it, it grows, and soon, it can become something beautiful that others can enjoy. Just like how a single seed can grow into a tree that provides shade and fruit for many, your words can offer comfort, knowledge, or joy to strangers far away. This idea, this sharing of one's own voice, is a powerful kind of freedom. It's about leaving a mark, not just for money, but for meaning. It's a gentle way to say, here I am, here's what I know, here's what I imagine. And in that quiet act of sharing, you find that your story, your unique perspective, holds a special power to connect, to teach, and maybe even to change someone else's world. It's a beautiful way to ensure your quiet thoughts don't stay silent. Online courses, teaching what you know, earning a lot. Have you ever taught someone how to do something really well? Like showing a friend the secret trick to winning a video game, or how to draw a cool character. That feeling you get when they finally understand, when their eyes light up, is pretty special. Here's the thing, that knowledge you have, it can be something you share with people all over the world, and you can earn money from it. Online courses are just what they sound like. They are lessons, videos, and guides you make to teach others a skill or a topic you're good at. For a long time, people learned from each other in person. An older person taught a younger one how to fix things. You had to be in the same room. But then, the internet came along, and suddenly, your classroom became the entire planet. Now someone in a small town can teach people across the ocean how to bake a perfect cookie, or make a simple computer game. It's like the old idea of sharing wisdom, but super fast and everywhere. Imagine you're really good at telling stories, like writing fun short tales. You know how to create exciting plots and interesting characters. You could make a step-by-step video course, showing others how to write their own amazing stories. You'd share your passion, and people who want to learn would pay to watch your lessons. It's not just about money. It's about sharing a piece of what makes you, your unique way of seeing the world, and that's why it matters. We each have so much knowledge inside us, our hobbies, experiences, talents. When we share them, we're not just making a living, we're helping someone else find their way, lighting a path. It reminds us that our ideas, even if they seem small, can be powerful gifts for others, connecting us all. Virtual assistant ventures, helping others, helping yourself. Have you ever felt that quiet joy when you truly help someone? Imagine making that feeling your job. That's a bit like what a virtual assistant does. They are helpers, but from far away. They use their computer to support people or businesses with tasks. Things like organizing emails, scheduling appointments, or even writing short notes. It's about taking small, often busy, tasks off someone's plate so they can focus on bigger things. For centuries, people have needed helpers. Kings had scribes, busy merchants had apprentices. It's a human truth. We often need another pair of hands, another careful mind, to sort through the day's puzzles. A virtual assistant just does this in a modern way, using technology to connect those who need help with those who are good at giving it. It's like an old idea, given new wings by the internet. Think about when you're trying to build a really complex Lego set. Maybe you're focused on the big tower, but you keep losing the tiny pieces or forgetting which step comes next. Someone helping you sort the pieces, or reminding you to check the instructions, makes the whole process smoother and less frustrating. That person is a bit like a virtual assistant for your Lego project. They don't build the tower for you, but they make sure you can build it better. With less stress, there's a quiet power in making someone's day easier. When you help organize a tangled schedule, you give someone back time, a precious gift. When you sort emails, you clear their mental clutter. This work isn't just about tasks, it's about lifting burdens, even small ones. And here's the thing. By helping others succeed, you build your own skills, your own confidence. You learn how to be dependable, how to solve problems from a distance. It's a path where empathy meets practical know-how. So, a virtual assistant role teaches us something important. It shows us that true value often comes from supporting others, from being the steady hand behind the scenes. It's a reminder that even the simplest acts of organization and care can create waves of calm and success, not just for the person you help, but also for yourself. It's about finding purpose in the act of service, and seeing your own strength grow as you make a difference, one organized task at a time. Data entry dynamos, typing your way to treasure. Have you ever thought about how tiny, careful movements, repeated over and over, can build something truly important? Data entry is kind of like that. It's about taking information, words, numbers, facts, and neatly putting it into a computer system. It might sound simple, just typing things in, but here's the thing, accuracy matters a lot. It's about being precise, making sure every detail is exactly right. For centuries, people have valued keeping track of things. Think about ancient libraries filled with scrolls, or the very first businesses that needed careful hands to write down every sale, every idea, every important message. That quiet work of organizing information has always been a powerful force, shaping how we understand the world. It's like being a modern-day scribe, only with a keyboard. You're part of a long history of making sense of information. Imagine your favorite video game, every character's stats, every item's description, every saved game file. Someone had to enter all that data, making sure it was perfect. If even one number was wrong, the whole game might glitch, or a player's progress could be lost. It's the hidden backbone of so many things we use every day, from online stores to school records. This can help you see how critical, careful input really is. This might not be the flashiest job, but it teaches you something important about patience and paying attention to detail. It shows us that careful, steady work, the kind where you really focus on getting things right, can create incredible value. It's a quiet strength, a reminder that even the smallest, most repetitive tasks can be essential, building the pathways that help big ideas and even big fortunes come to life. And that's pretty powerful, isn't it? It reminds us that often, the journey to success starts with being really good at the simple, foundational things. Survey savvy, sharing opinions, earning rewards. Have you ever felt like your thoughts or feelings about something really mattered? Like, what if your opinion could actually change things, or even earn you something? Well, here's the thing. With Survey Savvy, it absolutely can. Companies, big and small, want to know what you think. They need to understand what people like, what they don't, and what they wish for. So, they pay people like you to share their honest opinions by answering questions online. It's a way for your everyday thoughts to become valuable. Think about it. From the moment humans started living together, we've always tried to understand each other. Early village elders would ask around to see what everyone needed for the harvest, or how they felt about a new rule. In a way, surveys are just a modern version of that age-old need. It's about listening. It's about understanding what a whole group of people wants, so decisions can be made better, whether for a community or for a product. Your voice helps guide the path. It's a bit like when your favorite video game asks you which new feature you'd like to see next. Your vote, along with thousands of others, guides the game creators. Or imagine a snack company asking if you prefer cheesy or spicy chips. Your yes or no helps them decide what to make millions of. Your voice isn't just a whisper, it's part of a powerful chorus, and for sharing that simple thought, that piece of your mind, you get a small reward. So, when you take a survey, you're not just clicking boxes for a few dollars, you are contributing to a much larger conversation. You're helping shape the world around you, one question at a time. It's a quiet way to remind yourself that your thoughts truly have weight, that your perspective is a unique and important part of the puzzle. It reminds us that every single voice, even a young one, has something meaningful to offer. And sometimes, that offering comes with a small reward, reminding you that your wisdom is valued. Website testing. Clicking for cash. Have you ever clicked a button on a website and felt confused, wishing it was easier to use? Imagine a world where your confusion actually helps someone, and you get paid for it. Here's how it works. Website testing. Companies build websites, and before they show them to everyone, they want real people to try them out. You click around, explore different pages, and then you share what you think. Is it easy to find what you're looking for? Does it make sense? Your honest thoughts and feedback are incredibly valuable. This idea isn't new. Think about it like this. For centuries, inventors tested their new creations. They wanted to see if a new tool for farming actually worked in the field. They checked if a new kind of clock kept good time. It has always been about making sure something works well for the people who will use it. Websites are our new tools, and they need real people to see if they work right. The internet was made to connect us, to make things simpler, but sometimes it doesn't. And that's where your perspective can make a difference. Think about your favorite video game. What if the controls were messed up, or you couldn't find the start button easily? You'd get frustrated, right? And you might just stop playing. Websites are the same. If they're annoying or confusing, people leave. So, when you test a website, you're like a quality control expert for the internet. You're helping make sure everyone's experience is smooth, like a perfectly designed game level. It's a quiet kind of power, really. Your simple clicks and honest words help shape the online world for millions. You're not just earning money, you're making things better, one website at a time. It shows how even the smallest actions, born from our everyday experiences, can have a surprisingly big impact on the world around us. Your voice, your perspective, truly matters. Renting out your stuff, sharing to earn. Have you ever looked at something quiet in your room, a forgotten bike or a game finished long ago? It just waits, gathering dust. You might wonder, does it have more to give? Could it do something important, even when you're not using it? Here's the thing, our possessions can have a secret second life, helping others and helping us. This is the heart of renting out your stuff. It means letting someone use what you own, briefly, for a small fee. It's simple. That unused lawnmower, someone needs it. That spare room, a traveler needs a quiet place. Instead of sitting still, these items move, creating value. People have shared things for a very long time. Think how villagers shared ovens, or farmers shared tools. It's an old, quiet wisdom. We don't always need new things. What we have is often enough, and sharing it helps the world work better. It's about seeing the bigger picture of what one item can do. Imagine your favorite book. You've read it, loved it, now it sits. Your friend wants to read it, can't buy it. You lend it. They enjoy the story, and the book feels useful again. Now, imagine that, with people you don't know, and with everything from tools to kayaks. It makes what we have work harder, bringing help to many, not just one. So, when you see an item collecting dust, remember its quiet power. It's more than a thing. It's a shared possibility. It shows value isn't just in what we keep, but often in what we share. There's a gentle strength in that, an understanding that our possessions can connect us. helping everyone find what they need, and giving us more purpose in what we hold. Baking brilliance, sweet treats, sweet cash. Have you ever smelled warm cookies fresh from the oven, or caught the sweet scent of a cake cooling on the counter? That smell, that feeling of comfort, is powerful. And here's the thing, for some, it's not just a comforting memory, but a path to something more. Imagine turning that simple joy of baking into real money, a side hustle that grows from your own kitchen. That sounds simple, right? Just flour, sugar, eggs, but when you mix them with care, with a secret family recipe, and with a touch of your own spirit, they become something special. For centuries, people have done exactly this. Grandmas and neighbors in every culture would bake extra bread, special cakes, or pies and sell them right from their homes. It wasn't about fancy stores. It was about sharing a little piece of their heart and skill with their community. It shows us that making things with your own hands, and sharing them, has deep roots in how we live and connect. Think about a tiny seed. It looks so small and plain, but with the right soil, water, and sunlight, it grows into a beautiful flower or a strong tree. Baking is kind of like that. Basic ingredients, given your time and talent, can blossom into something delightful, something that brings a smile to someone's face. Whether it's a birthday cake for a classmate or custom cupcakes for a school event, and when people taste that genuine care, they don't just buy a treat, they buy a feeling, they buy a memory. There's a quiet strength in creating something so wonderful from scratch. It's a gentle reminder that some of the greatest rewards come from simple acts of love and effort. It's about finding joy in giving, and discovering that sometimes the sweetest cash comes from the sweetest things you make. It helps us see that even the most everyday skills hold surprising power to build something meaningful and truly your own. Meal prep masters, cooking up cash. Have you ever thought about how much time we spend worrying about what to eat? What's for dinner? This question, every single day, can feel like a heavy weight for busy people. They want healthy food, sure, but after a long day, cooking a whole meal feels impossible. Here's the thing, some smart people saw this problem and decided to help. They became meal prep masters. Their idea is simple, but it makes a huge difference. They cook delicious, healthy meals in big batches, portion them out, and then deliver them or have people pick them up. It's like having a personal chef for everyone, and it helps so much. Think about how, throughout history, food has always been at the heart of our lives. Families cooked and shared meals, showing love and support. But our lives changed. Today, many don't have hours for cooking, yet that deep human need for good, nourishing food, and the care that comes with it, never really goes away. Imagine your mind is like a phone battery. Every big decision or worry drains power. Deciding what to eat, planning, cooking, it all uses up energy. But what if someone else handled that for you? It's like plugging in your phone and letting it charge while you focus on other important things. You get that energy back. So, this simple idea of cooking for others, of carefully preparing meals, isn't just about making money. It's about easing someone's daily burden. It's about providing comfort and strength through food. And that's why it matters. It's a quiet way to show up for your community, feeding bodies, and, in a way, feeding the spirit too. It lets people know someone cares enough to cook. This shows how a thoughtful act can grow into something truly big. Coffee cart kings, brewing success ever, wonder what a simple cup of coffee truly means. It's more than just a drink. For many, it's a small, warm pause in a busy day, a moment of quiet comfort, or a quick energy boost. Some people saw this need and built big businesses from it, starting with just a small cart and a coffee maker. Imagine setting up a little cart on a street corner, just the inviting smell of fresh coffee in the air. This idea isn't new. For hundreds of years, in ancient markets, people gathered around simple stalls for drinks and talk. These spots weren't just for buying, they were where news was shared, ideas sparked, and connections grew. They were community hubs, even back then. So, a coffee cart carries on this very old tradition, just in a modern way. Think about a tiny acorn falling from a tree. It seems so small, so ordinary, but inside that acorn is everything it needs to become a giant oak, strong and tall. It just needs good soil, water, and time. Starting a coffee cart is like that acorn. It's a small idea, a simple beginning, but if you give it care, focus on making each cup special, and truly connect with people, that tiny seed can grow. It can become a thriving business, a beloved local spot, and sometimes, even a fortune. It shows us that the most amazing journeys can begin with the most ordinary steps. Maybe success isn't always about huge, complicated plans. Sometimes it's about seeing a simple need, offering a genuine service, and believing in the quiet power of a warm cup and a friendly smile. T-shirt tycoons, designing wearable wealth. Have you ever looked at a plain t-shirt and wondered if it could be more? Not just a piece of fabric, but a whispered story, a bold statement, or even a quiet dream. Here's the thing. For some ordinary people, a simple t-shirt became their path to something big. They weren't fashion designers with fancy studios. They were just regular folks with ideas who figured out how to print those ideas onto cotton. Think about it. For a long time, shirts were just clothes. They kept you warm, covered you. But then, something shifted. People realized these blank canvases could carry messages. In the past, kings wore crowns and flags to show their power. Today, a person can wear a t-shirt with a powerful message, and it's like their own personal flag. It's a very human thing to want to show who you are, what you care about, or what you believe in. The t-shirt just made it super easy for everyone to do that. It's a bit like a seed in the ground. On its own, it looks small and unimportant, but with the right care, the right design, the right message, it can grow into something meaningful and even beautiful. Just as a simple melody can become a song that moves thousands, a simple drawing or phrase on a t-shirt can touch hearts, make people laugh, or start important conversations. This isn't about getting rich quick, though sometimes it happens. It's about seeing value in your own thoughts, in your unique way of looking at the world. It reminds us that our creativity, no matter how small it feels, has a gentle power. It can connect us, inspire us, and sometimes it can quietly change our lives. One design, one shirt, one shared idea at a time. Sticker success, little art, big money. Have you ever looked at a tiny sticker on someone's water bottle or laptop and wondered why it's there? It's just a small piece of paper, right? But sometimes, these little pictures carry big feelings, big ideas, or even big dreams. For some ordinary people, designing and selling these small bits of art has turned into something truly amazing. This might work for you. Think about it. Long ago, people drew symbols on cave walls. Later, they used tiny marks on letters. These were ways to share a message, to make something personal, even a small drawing. Stickers today are kind of like that. They're a way for us to say something without words. A tiny piece of art you carry. And here's the thing. That small act of personal expression can become a big business. Imagine drawing a cool design, maybe your favorite animal or a funny saying. You print it on special paper, cut it out, then someone else sees it and thinks, hey, I need that. They buy it, and suddenly your little drawing has traveled to a new home. It's like planting a tiny seed. You put in a little effort, and with care, it can grow into something much bigger. You're not just selling a sticker, you're selling a feeling, a piece of someone's personality. One person might make a sticker reminding them of a happy memory. Another buys it because it makes them smile. 2. It's a quiet connection, from one artist to many people. This isn't about giant factories or big inventions. It's about a simple idea, a small creative spark, and the courage to share it. Sometimes, the most powerful things begin really small, just like a sticker. It reminds us that your unique ideas, no matter how tiny, can truly mean a lot to others and build a path to success. Custom gifts, personalized profits. Have you ever wondered what makes a gift truly unforgettable? It's not usually the price tag, right? Sometimes, the gifts that touch our hearts most deeply are the ones made just for us. This is the simple, powerful idea behind custom gifts. It's about taking something ordinary and making it extraordinary by adding a personal touch. You're not just selling an item, you're selling a feeling, a memory, a piece of someone's story. Think about it. For thousands of years, people have shown love by making things with their own hands. Maybe a painted cave wall was a special message. A woven basket was crafted specifically for a person's needs. It's a very old human urge, this desire to create something unique for someone important. It says, I see you, I know you, this is just for you. And that feeling, that deep connection, is something we all want. Here's the thing. That special effort makes all the difference. Imagine a simple coffee mug. Now imagine that same mug with your best friend's funny nickname printed on it, or a drawing only you two would understand. Which one would they cherish more? The personalized mug isn't just a cup. It's a tiny reminder of your bond, a whisper of shared laughter. It's like how a scientist might study a specific snowflake. Every single one is different, and that uniqueness is what makes it so amazing. Each custom gift holds that same kind of singular magic dot. So, when you create custom gifts, you're not just making money, you are crafting moments of joy, of recognition, of pure connection. You're tapping into that ancient human desire to feel seen and special, and by giving others that feeling, you create something truly valuable. Something that resonates far beyond a simple transaction. It's a quiet way to build something beautiful, one personalized piece at a time. It shows that sometimes the most profitable things are the ones filled with the most heart. Face painting fun, artistic earnings. Have you ever looked at a blank piece of paper and felt that tiny thrill, wondering what you could create? What if that canvas was a person's face, and your art could make them smile brighter than ever? Here's the thing. Face painting isn't just a playful hobby. It's a gentle way to earn money by sharing a little bit of magic. It's simple, really. You use special, safe paints to create dragons, butterflies, or superheroes right on someone's skin. Think of it like a temporary tattoo, but colorful, washable, and full of imagination. People pay for this special touch at birthday parties, school fairs, or community events. It turns an ordinary day into something more. This idea of decorating our bodies isn't new. Humans have done it for thousands of years. Ancient tribes used paint for ceremonies. Warriors wore it for protection. Performers used it in plays. It's a deep, old human desire to express ourselves, to transform, or just to celebrate. When you paint a face, you're tapping into that ancient spirit, helping someone step into a different role for an afternoon. Imagine a caterpillar building its cocoon, then emerging as a beautiful butterfly. Face painting is a bit like that. A child suddenly becomes a fearsome tiger or a graceful fairy. It's a brief, joyful change that lights up their eyes. It fills them with a different kind of energy. It reminds them that inside, something wondrous waits to be seen, and that's why it matters. It shows us that even simple actions, like painting a flower on a cheek, can spread immense happiness. It's not just about the money. It's about the connection you make, the joy you spark, and the quiet satisfaction of bringing more color into someone's world. Your creativity, no matter how small, has real power to make a difference. Balloon animal bosses, twisting for treasure. Have you ever watched someone twist a long, skinny balloon into a wobbly dog or a bright sword? It feels like magic, doesn't it? Just air and rubber, suddenly becoming something new. It's a small burst of wonder, a moment of pure joy, often given freely. But here's the thing. For some, that act isn't just a trick. It's how they found a path that truly changed their lives. This is about finding value in unexpected places. Imagine taking that everyday skill, making a balloon animal, and turning it into a real business. It isn't about huge companies. It's about skill, practice, and bringing happiness. Even simple talents hold something precious. Your hands, a few balloons. An imagination can build a livelihood. People have always valued creation, turning simple things into art. Ancient potters shaped clay. Weavers turned threads into tapestries. They saw potential in raw materials. They learned a craft, practiced it, and shared it. Giving a unique, handmade item has always held special worth. It connects, bringing imagination to life. Don't think about baking. You start with flour, sugar, eggs, simple ingredients. But with skill, you transform them into a delicious cake that makes people smile. The ingredients alone aren't much, but creating makes something valuable, memorable. Balloons are like that. You take a plain balloon, use your hands and imagination, and craft a moment of delight. That's the real treasure here. It's not just the money. Creativity, even in playful forms, has deep power. It connects us, brightens our world, and reminds us that big successes bloom from unexpected, joyful twists of life. Sometimes, the greatest rewards come from simply making someone smile. Magician money. Performing for pay. Have you ever watched a magic trick and felt that tiny flutter of wonder in your chest? That moment when your mind tries to figure it out, but your heart just wants to believe. Here's the thing. That feeling, that sense of awe, can actually be worth money. Magician money isn't just about shuffling cards or making coins disappear. It's about selling an experience, a brief escape into the impossible. People pay to feel that childlike amazement, to be surprised, to laugh, and to forget the ordinary, even if just for a little while. For thousands of years, people have sought out those who could bend reality, even just with illusions. From ancient shamans who seemed to talk to spirits, to court jesters who entertained kings, to street performers who gather crowds today, magic taps into a deep human need. We crave mystery. We long for moments that defy explanation. It connects us to an older part of ourselves, a time when the world felt more magical. A skilled performer understands this. They don't just do a trick, they tell a story, inviting you into a world where anything is possible. Think about how a good storyteller can make you feel like you're right there in the adventure, even though you're just sitting and listening. Magicians do something similar, but with your eyes and your expectations. They build the moment carefully, like a skilled architect building a grand house, brick by brick. Each gesture, each word, is a part of the illusion, designed to make your mind take a detour from what's real. The surprise, the gasp, the quiet. How did they do that? That's the currency of their performance. So, when someone pays a magician, they're not really paying for the secret of the trick itself. They are paying for the emotion the trick creates. They're investing in a moment of pure, unadulterated wonder. It reminds us that even in our logical world, there's still room for enchantment. And sometimes, sharing that feeling, that glimpse of something extraordinary, is the most valuable gift you can give. Storytelling stardom. Tales that turn to treasure. Have you ever listened to someone tell a story and felt it deep in your chest, like it was your own memory? It's a powerful feeling, right? That moment when you truly understand, not just with your head, but with your heart. Here's the thing about stories. They connect us. They build invisible bridges between people, reaching across time. And sometimes, these shared tales can grow into something truly valuable. Even a path to a whole new life, built on honesty. From the very beginning, humans have gathered around campfires, sharing tales. It was how families taught their children, how communities warned of danger, and how they celebrated heroes. Our minds are deeply built for these journeys of imagination and truth. When someone speaks from their real experience, when they show you the world through their own eyes, it's not just words. It's a piece of their soul reaching out, and we feel it resonate within us. This ancient human need to tell and to hear stories is still alive and strong today. It's a deep, essential part of who we are. Think about a time you tried to explain something tricky, like how a simple machine works, to a younger sibling. You probably didn't just list facts, you told a small story. Imagine trying to lift a super heavy rock. It's hard, but if you get a big stick and put a small rock under it, you can push down and lift the heavy one easily. The stick shows how to use less effort. By creating that narrative, you made a complex idea simple and truly memorable. You made it feel real and clear. That's the true magic of storytelling. And here's what I found. When people share their unique stories, their genuine journeys and honest lessons, they often find others who listen, who care, and who want to be part of that world. It's not about tricking anyone or pushing a sale. It's about being truly you, sharing what matters to you with an open heart, and letting your voice find its way to others. Because every one of us has a story, a wisdom, a piece of ourselves worth sharing. And that, in its quiet, gentle way, is a treasure waiting to be discovered. It's about finding your voice and letting it shine its own soft, honest light. Drone photography. High-flying fortunes. Have you ever looked up and wished you could fly? Wished you could see your whole town, your school, your own house, from way up high, like a bird? For a long time, that was just a dream. But now, small flying robots, called drones, make it real. They are our eyes in the sky, carrying cameras to places we could never reach. Think about it. Humans have always dreamed of soaring. From ancient stories to the first hot air balloons, there's a deep, old feeling in us that wants to see the world from above. It changes everything. On the ground, you see trees, houses, streets, but from up high, everything connects. You see patterns, how roads weave, how neighborhoods fit like puzzle pieces. So, here's how it works. Seeing things from a drone isn't just cool, it's useful. Imagine a real estate agent selling a house. Instead of showing rooms, they can show the whole property, the big yard, or how close it is to a park, all from the sky. Or maybe a farmer needs to check a huge field of crops. A drone flies over quickly, showing if part of the field needs water or has a problem. This helps save crops. Here's the thing. It's like building with down close. You just see the bricks. But if you stand up and look down at your creation, you suddenly see the castle, the spaceship, the entire world you built. It's the same with drone photography. You get a new understanding just by changing your point of view. It's a quiet wonder, isn't it, to gain such a grand view from something so small. It reminds us that sometimes the biggest changes in our lives, the moments of true understanding, come not from changing the world itself, but from simply changing how we look at it. It's a gentle lesson about perspective, a silent invitation to see more, and to feel more connected to the larger picture of everything. Video editing pros, cutting clips, cashing in. Have you ever watched a video and felt a deep pull in your chest, or a sudden rush of understanding? It's almost like magic, how moving pictures can make you laugh, cry, or think hard. But here's the thing, that magic isn't just luck. It's the careful work of someone called a video editor. Think of it this way, filmmakers shoot hours of footage. It's a huge, messy pile of moments. An editor takes those pieces and carefully puts them together. They decide what to keep, what to throw away, and how long each shot lasts. It's about finding the story in all that raw material, making it shine. It's about giving meaning to what might just be random clips. Humans have always been storytellers. Before cameras, people sat around fires, sharing tales. They'd pick the best parts, use pauses, and arrange words to create a feeling. Video editing is simply the modern version of that ancient art. It's about understanding that the order of things changes everything. A sad moment followed by a triumphant one feels different if they're swapped. Imagine you're baking a cake. You have flour, sugar, eggs, all the ingredients. But if you just dump them in a bowl, it's not a cake. A good baker knows how much of each, when to mix. An editor is like that baker. They take raw video ingredients and blend them perfectly to create something special, something that connects with you. This skill, shaping emotion, is valuable. People pay for that magic, for ads or channels. So, when you next feel moved by a video, pause a moment. Remember the unseen artist who carefully wove those clips. They understood that every second, every sound, every cut carries weight. It reminds us how powerful it is to give shape to time, to craft a feeling, and to help others truly experience a story. It's a quiet power, connecting us deeply with the world. Social media management, handling accounts, earning loads. Have you ever thought about why some voices online just feel more real, more connected? It's almost like they truly understand what people want to hear. Here's the thing, in our world today, businesses need that feeling too. They need to connect with people, not just sell things. And that's where social media management comes in. It's like being the official storyteller for a brand or a company. But on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, you're the one who posts their updates, replies to comments, and makes sure their online presence feels alive. You help them talk to their customers, sharing their message in a way that truly matters. Imagine ancient times, people gathered around a fire, and the storyteller's words brought the community together. Today, those stories are told on screens, and a social media manager is like that modern-day storyteller, making sure the message reaches the right ears and hearts. Think about a school club you're part of. Someone has to make sure everyone knows about the next meeting, shares cool photos, and gets people excited. Right. They're the ones managing the club's vibe, its reputation, its asterisk story, asterisk. That's exactly what a social media manager does for businesses. They craft that story, day by day, post by post, creating a bridge between the business and the people who care about it. It's not just about flashy pictures or viral trends. It's about building trust, sparking conversations, and truly understanding what makes people feel seen. This might work for you if you have a knack for connecting, if you enjoy seeing what makes people tick, and if you understand the power of words and images to bring people closer. It's a quiet power, really. The ability to shape perception, to build community, to make a digital space feel like home. And that, in its own way, is a beautiful thing. Transcription triumphs. Listening and earning. Have you ever really listened? Truly focused on every word someone says, even their pauses? Here's the thing. Some ordinary people have turned that skill into making serious money. This is transcription. It's simply taking spoken words from interviews, podcasts, or videos and writing them down perfectly, word for word. For ages, people needed to save important messages. Ancient scribes copied laws by hand. They made sure valuable ideas didn't just disappear. Their work turned fleeting sounds into lasting records. This helped future generations learn. It's a quiet magic, giving voices a permanent home on a page. Imagine being a detective finding clues. Every spoken word is a clue. You gather them all, missing nothing. You listen closely to an audio, then type exactly what you hear. It's like solving a puzzle, each sound fitting into a written sentence. You need patience, accuracy, and a good ear. Like a scientist listening for signals, a transcriber listens for words to reveal a message. This might work for you if you enjoy focusing. It's a reminder that great achievements come from quiet effort and deep care. It's not about being loud, it's about honoring every word, giving words a chance to be truly heard and remembered. You can build something powerful, one accurate word at a time. Resume builders, helping people get jobs, getting paid. Have you ever thought about what it feels like to stand at the edge of a big dream, hoping someone will just give you a chance? For many people, getting a job is that dream. It's not just about money, it's about feeling useful, finding a place in the world, and building a future. But here's the thing, how do you show someone what you're capable of when they've never met you before? This is where a resume comes in. Think of it like a story. It's a short, powerful story about you, your skills, your experiences, and what you can do. It's what you give someone so they can quickly see your potential. For a long time, people have found ways to show off what they're good at. In olden days, maybe you'd build something beautiful or show how strong you were. Today, in our world, that story is often told on paper or a screen. It's the first impression you make, even before you shake someone's hand. Imagine you're trying out for a sports team. You wouldn't just walk onto the field without showing what you've done before, right? You'd want to show clips of your best plays, explain your position, and maybe share how much you've practiced. A resume is kind of like that highlight reel for your work life. It quickly tells the coach, the boss, why you deserve a spot on their team. And here's a powerful side hustle, helping people write those stories. Sometimes, people are great at their jobs, but not so great at writing about themselves. They struggle to put their best foot forward. So, you can step in. You can take their jumbled thoughts and turn them into a clear, shining picture of their abilities. You help them polish their story, making sure it truly shows who they are and what they can offer. There's a deep kind of satisfaction in that. It's not just earning money, it's about giving someone hope, helping them open a door that might have stayed closed. When you help someone get a job, you're not just writing words, you're helping them build a future, one carefully chosen sentence at a time. And that feeling, knowing you helped someone find their place, that's a special kind of reward. Translation talents, bridging languages, building wealth. Have you ever felt lost, even for a moment, when someone speaks a language you don't understand? That feeling, a tiny wall between you and another person, is what many people experience every day across the world. But what if you could take down that wall? What if your voice, or your words on paper, could connect to different worlds, to different minds? That's the powerful idea behind translation. It's not just swapping words, it's about sharing hearts and ideas. Think about it. Our world is full of so many voices, each with a unique story. But those stories often get stuck in their own language. For centuries, people have needed ways to understand each other. Imagine ancient traders trying to bargain for goods with people from far-off lands, needing someone to make sense of their words. Or think of explorers finding new cultures and needing to explain their intentions. From those early days, the people who could speak two or more languages became incredibly valuable. They didn't just translate words, they translated cultures, feelings, and understanding. Here's the thing, translation is like a special kind of bridge. Imagine your favorite online game. You and a friend from another country want to team up, but you speak different languages. A translator is like that automatic chat translation feature, but for important stuff in the real world. They make sure the game instructions, or even a doctor's advice, make sense to everyone, no matter where they're from. It's like finding the exact right key to open a door that seemed locked forever. And that's why it matters so much. When someone takes the time to truly understand another person's words, they're showing respect. They're saying, your thoughts matter to me. Even if we speak differently, this simple act can change someone's life. Helping a family understand new rules in a new country, or allowing a business to share its ideas with the whole planet. It's a quiet strength, this ability to connect, and it can build more than just wealth. It builds true understanding between people. Home staging heroes, making homes shine, making money. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt, right, like it was waiting for you? That feeling isn't always an accident. Sometimes, it's carefully created, a gentle magic woven into everyday spaces. This is what home staging is all about. It's like giving a house a beautiful, gentle makeover before someone new comes to visit. You help it tell its best story, so future families can truly see themselves living there, making their own precious memories. People have always cared deeply about how their spaces look and feel. Think about ancient homes, even simple ones. They'd arrange things carefully, maybe put out a special blanket, or light a fire in a welcoming way. It's a deep human need, this desire to make a space feel like home. It's so much more than just walls and a roof. It's where dreams begin, where comfort lives, where all the small, important moments of life happen. This inner desire to create a sanctuary has existed forever. Here's the thing. Imagine your favorite book. You might pick it up because of its cover, right? A good, intriguing cover makes you curious, makes you want to open it and explore the stories hidden inside. A staged home works in exactly the same way. It's the beautiful, inviting cover that makes someone want to step in and imagine their whole life unfolding within those warm, welcoming walls. It's an invitation to a new chapter. Home stagers don't just move furniture around. They create atmosphere, a specific feeling. They whisper possibilities into what might seem like empty rooms. They help connect people with their future. They understand that buying a home isn't just a business deal, a transaction. It's a truly emotional journey, a deep search for a place to belong, to feel safe. So what does this all tell us? It shows us the quiet, powerful impact of presentation. Yes, but also the deep human need for connection and belonging that we all share. Making a space welcoming helps others find their haven, their sanctuary in the world. It's about so much more than just earning money. It's about helping someone find where their heart can truly rest and grow. It's about bringing light and warmth and a sense of hope into lives, one carefully presented home at a time. This can help you see how beauty and care, even in small ways, can make a real and lasting difference in the world. Decorating dreams, designing spaces, earning dollars. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt a quiet sort of magic? Like the colors hug you, or the way the light falls makes you want to stay forever? That feeling isn't an accident. It's the work of someone who understands how spaces speak to us, how they can shape our mood and even our stories. This is what decorating dreams is all about. Taking empty rooms and filling them with warmth, purpose, and beauty. Here's the thing. It's not just about picking pretty pillows. It's about creating a feeling. Think about your own bedroom. When it's clean and organized, with your favorite poster on the wall, don't you feel more relaxed, more like yourself? But if it's messy and chaotic, it can make you feel a little scattered inside, right? That's because our surroundings deeply affect us. Humans have felt this need for a very long time. Even in ancient caves, thousands of years ago, people drew pictures on walls, not just to tell stories, but to make their homes feel more like asterisk. There's asterisk, to bring color and meaning into a dark, often scary world. They wanted their space to be special, a place of comfort and identity. So, making a space beautiful isn't a new idea. It's deep in our history, like a quiet song we all hum. Imagine a busy classroom. If the walls are plain and the desks are all in boring rows, it feels different than a classroom where students' art hangs, where there are plants, and maybe a cozy reading nook. The second one feels more alive, more inviting, and it probably makes you feel more open to learning. It's like how a scientist carefully arranges chemicals in a lab to create something new. A decorator arranges colors, textures, and furniture to create a feeling, a mood. So, if you have an eye for what looks good, a heart that understands comfort, and a mind that loves to solve puzzles like how to make a tiny room feel huge, then decorating might be your path. It's a way to help people build their own little havens, places where they can truly be themselves. And here's what I found. When you help others create their perfect space, you're not just earning money, you're weaving a little bit of happiness, comfort, and peace into the world, one room at a time. It's about making human lives a little brighter, one thoughtful choice. Gardening gurus, planting seeds, growing wealth. Have you ever wondered if something as simple as dirt and sunshine could truly change someone's life, even make them successful? For some people, planting seeds turned into something incredible. They looked at their passion for growing things and thought, what if I could share this? That's how it began. Imagine someone growing amazing flowers or delicious vegetables. Maybe they had too many for their own kitchen. So, they set up a small table, or made pretty bouquets for neighbors. People loved the fresh taste and natural beauty. They saw the care. Slowly, a small side hustle blossomed. It wasn't about instant riches, but about slow, steady growth, just like the plants themselves. Humans have always gardened. It's a very old feeling, this deep connection to the earth. Our ancestors knew caring for soil meant food and survival. They understood you couldn't rush a seed. You had to water it, watch it, and trust the process. This teaches us deep wisdom, patience. Putting love and effort into something small can create so much more. It's kind of like practicing a new skill, right? Maybe you're learning an instrument or getting better at a sport. You start small, make mistakes, but you keep trying. You put in the time. Then, you see how far you've come. You can play a whole song or make a great shot. Gardening works that same way. You nurture those plants, and they give back, often in surprising ways. So, it's not just about selling a plant. It's about finding value in patience, understanding nature's power, and seeing how much beauty and real wealth can grow from a little soil and a lot of heart. It reminds us that the biggest achievements often begin with the smallest, most hopeful seeds. Window washing wins, clear views, clear cash. Have you ever noticed how much brighter a room feels after the windows are sparkling clean? It's more than just seeing clearly through the glass. There's a quiet satisfaction, a feeling of newness that seems to fill the space. For some, this simple act of cleaning windows became a path to something much bigger, something truly incredible. Imagine turning that everyday chore, that common need for a clean view, into a way to build a fortune, making your own dreams shine. For centuries, people have valued clean spaces. Think about ancient homes, or even grand castles. Keeping them clean wasn't just about dirt. It was a sign of care, of order. There's a deep human desire for clarity, not just in our physical spaces, but also in our minds. In a way, cleaning windows is like cleaning our outlook on the world, literally letting more light in, and figuratively, making everything feel a bit more open and hopeful. It brings freshness to places that felt dull. It's a bit like when you're trying to solve a tricky math problem, and your page is full of messy scribbles. You can barely see the actual problem anymore. But then you erase the mistakes, tidy up your notes, and suddenly, the answer starts to appear. The math problem itself didn't change, but your view of it did. Window washing does that for a space. It clears away the smudges and distractions, letting the true beauty and light of the world outside shine through, making everything clearer inside too. Sometimes, the biggest ideas and opportunities hide in the simplest, most everyday tasks. A bucket of soapy water, a squeegee, and a willingness to work hard can change not just a dirty window, but a whole life. It teaches us that even the most ordinary things, when done with care, honesty, and a bit of vision, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. It's a quiet reminder that true beauty often comes from clarity, and sometimes, clearing a view, whether it's a window or our own thoughts, can help us see our own path forward a little better, helping us find our own clear cash. Pool cleaning profits, making splashes, making money. Have you ever felt that calm peace just looking at clear water, like a crystal clear lake or a perfectly blue swimming pool? It's inviting, it promises fun. But what happens when that water gets dirty? When leaves float on top and the bottom looks cloudy, it loses its magic. Here's the thing, someone has to keep that water clean. Someone has to make sure it's safe and sparkling. That someone can be you. This is a side hustle. Cleaning pools for others. You're paid to turn murky water back into a shimmering oasis. For a long time, people have valued clean water. Think about ancient civilizations. They built amazing systems just to bring clean water to their cities. They knew how important it was for health and life. Today, many busy people own pools. They want that clear water, but they often don't have the time or energy to clean it themselves. So, they look for someone else to do it. They value their time, and they'll pay for that time back. It's a lot like keeping your favorite gadget working, like a game console or a bike. If you ignore it, things get dusty or rusty. A pool needs regular care to stay healthy. You're not just scooping leaves. You're a guardian of someone's summer fun. You make sure the chemistry is right. Like a careful scientist, there's a quiet satisfaction in seeing a pool transform. From murky green to sparkling blue, it's a clear sign of your effort, your care. It shows that even a simple task, done well, can bring joy to others, and a deep sense of pride to yourself. It teaches you that small, steady actions, like skimming leaves every week, lead to big, beautiful results. And that's a lesson that goes far beyond just cleaning pools. It's about making things better, one small step at a time. Mobile mechanic marvels, fixing cars on the go. Have you ever had that scary feeling? Maybe your family's car just stopped, right when you needed it most. That sudden quiet, the confusing dashboard lights, and the big question, now what? It's a helpless moment, isn't it? When something so important breaks, it can feel like your whole world slows down, or even stops. Here's the thing. For a long time, if your car broke down, you had to get it to a garage. You'd call a tow truck, wait, and then figure out how to get to school or work. It was a big problem, a tangle of stress. But what if the fix could come to you? That's what a mobile mechanic does. They bring the repair shop to the car, wherever it is, instead of the other way around. It's a simple idea, but it makes a huge difference. Think about it this way. Hundreds of years ago, if your cartwheel broke on the road, someone in the village would come out to help you, right there. It was about solving the problem where it happened, a kind of immediate kindness. Our busy world sometimes forgets that direct help. A mobile mechanic brings back that old feeling of community and rescue. It's like when you feel sick at school, and the nurse comes to your classroom instead of you having to walk all the way to the office. It's about being helped exactly where you are, exactly when you need it. This isn't just about fixing a car. It's about lifting a heavy weight off someone's shoulders. It's about turning a moment of panic into a sigh of relief. Being the person who brings that quiet help, that simple answer to a big problem. That's a special kind of wealth. It shows how truly valuable it is to be there for others, not just with money, but with skill and care, making a real peaceful difference in their day. Bicycle repair bucks, pedaling towards profit. Have you ever seen an old bicycle, left alone and maybe rusting in a garage? It looks kind of sad, doesn't it? Like a forgotten story or a broken dream lying still. But here's the thing, for some ordinary people, those forgotten bikes became a way to build something truly special. They found their chance by simply learning how to fix them. Think about it. Bikes get flat tires, chains slip off, brakes stop working, and people need bikes for fun, for getting to school, for feeling that amazing rush of wind. So, when a bike breaks down, it's not just a machine that's stopped. It's a little piece of someone's freedom that's paused. Long ago, people didn't just throw things away. They learned to mend, to fix, to make things last. This skill of repairing, of bringing something broken back to life, it's an old kind of wisdom. It's about respect for objects and for the energy it took to create them. This quiet work connects us to a time when care was built into everything. It's a bit like when you're building something with Legos and a piece breaks off, or you can't figure out where it goes. It feels frustrating, right? But then you look closely, you try different ways, and suddenly, it clicks. The piece fits. The structure stands strong again. Fixing a bike is just like that. You take something that seems all wrong, and piece by piece, you make it right. You hear the gears click into place, see the wheels spin freely, and you know you've restored its purpose. And that's why it matters. It's not just about the money, though yes, money comes. It's about bringing a little piece of joy and freedom back to someone. Imagine a child getting their repaired bike back, ready to race down the street, or an adult able to pedal to work again. There's a deep, quiet dignity in that work. It reminds us that even when things seem completely broken, with a bit of care and skill, they can often be made whole and useful once more. It's a gentle, powerful lesson about hope, and how small actions can put joy back into motion. Skate sharpening stars, keeping edges sharp, earning cash. Have you ever thought about the secret behind a perfect glide on the ice? Or wondered what makes a hockey player's quick turn possible? It's not just talent. Often, it's something much simpler, something sharp. Skate sharpening is a quiet art. It's about taking a dull, worn blade and giving it new life, a clean, precise edge. Think of it like a superhero's power, but for ice skates. Without that sharp edge, skates just slip. They don't grip the ice, and the skater struggles. This simple service, often overlooked, means everything to someone who loves to skate or needs to perform. This skill is as old as tools themselves. Since ancient times, people have known a sharp blade does its job better. Whether an axe for chopping wood or a knife for food, the difference between dull and sharp was huge. It meant efficiency, safety, and mastery. It's about respecting the craft, knowing small details make a big difference. This isn't just about metal, it's about precision and care. Imagine trying to write with a pencil that has a broken tip, or cutting paper with dull scissors. It's frustrating, right? The job becomes harder, slower, and the result isn't good. A sharp skate blade is like a perfectly sharpened pencil. It lets you draw clean lines, make quick marks, and move with control. The skater feels confident, trusting their equipment. It's the difference between struggling and soaring. So, the person sharpening skates isn't just grinding metal. They are giving freedom, providing the means for someone else to find joy, to compete, to feel the rush of the ice. It shows us that even small, specific skills can have a deep impact. Caring for the tools means caring for the people who use them. It's a quiet act of service, making the world a little smoother, one sharp edge at a time. Fishing guide, fortune, hooking customers, hooking cash. Have you ever stood by a quiet lake or rushing river, feeling a kind of peace you can't quite explain? Or maybe watched someone expertly cast a line, making it look so easy? For some, this isn't just a hobby. It's a way to build a fortune, not just in money, but in spirit. Here's how it works. A fishing guide is someone who knows a body of water like the back of their hand. They know where the fish hide, what bait to use, and how to read the whispers of the wind on the surface. But it's more than just catching fish. It's about sharing that ancient wisdom, that connection to the wild. Think about it. Humans have been fishing for thousands of years. It's one of our oldest ways to survive, but it also became a way to bond, to teach, and to simply be present. It's a quiet dance between hunter and prey, patience and quick action. This isn't just about getting dinner. It's about the stillness, the hope that fills you as you wait. A good fishing guide taps into that deep human desire for connection with nature, and with a simple, fulfilling challenge. It's a lot like having a great older sibling or a kind teacher. They don't just tell you the answer, they guide you. They show you how to hold the rod, where to cast, and explain why certain things work. They make you feel capable and excited, even when you're just starting. And when you finally reel in that first fish, the thrill is all yours. But it was their guidance that made it possible. This can help you feel proud, and that feeling is what customers pay for. So, a guide builds a business, not on what they catch but on what they share . They sell an experience, a memory, a lesson in patience, and the joy of the catch. And when you give someone a genuine, memorable experience, that quiet wealth of shared moments often turns into real cash. It's a reminder that sometimes, the greatest treasures are found not in fancy places, but in simple pleasures, shared from the heart. Pet grooming pros, pampering pets, picking up pay. Have you ever watched a happy dog shake off water after a bath, or seen a cat purring contentedly after a gentle brushing? What does it truly mean to care for a creature that trusts you completely with its comfort? Pet grooming isn't just about making animals look pretty. It's a deep act of love and health. It's about ensuring they are clean, comfortable, and free from pain. Like matted fur or overgrown nails that can hurt with every step. It's a language of quiet kindness, understood by every wagging tail and soft meow. For thousands of years, humans have cared for their animal companions. Think about ancient farmers brushing their horses, not just to make them neat, but to check for injuries, keep their coats healthy, and build a bond that made their work possible. It's a quiet, ancient tradition. This responsibility we feel for those who share our lives, but cannot speak our language. It's about respecting the life beside us, seeing their needs, and stepping up to meet them. This simple act of care connects us to a long history of human compassion. Imagine your favorite sweater getting all tangled and knotted, making it tight and uncomfortable against your skin, maybe even digging in. That's a bit like what matted fur can feel like for a dog or cat. It can pull, hurt, and even hide skin problems, making every movement a struggle. A dedicated groomer carefully untangles that, washes away the dirt, and trims the fur, so the pet can move freely and feel light again. It's like someone giving you a perfect, comfortable outfit that just makes you feel good and confident all over. The relief on a pet's face, the joyful bounce in their step after a good grooming, tells you everything. This quiet work, this gentle touch, can blossom into something truly special. It's a job where your kindness and patience matter most. When a pet leaves feeling lighter, cleaner, and happier, that feeling you get, knowing you made a difference in their day, is powerful. Sometimes, the most meaningful paths to building a good life, even becoming successful in a way you never imagined, aren't found in big, noisy ventures. Instead, they appear in the quiet, compassionate acts of caring for another living thing, showing us that taking care of even the smallest lives around us can create a fulfilling journey, one happy wag or contented purr at a time. It's a beautiful way to earn, by giving comfort. Board game creators, inventing fun, earning fortunes. Have you ever sat around a table, laughing with friends or family, completely lost in a game? Maybe it was a fierce strategy battle, or a silly race to the finish line. That feeling, that shared moment of joy and challenge, is something truly special. And here's the thing, some ordinary people have built amazing lives, and even become millionaires, by creating those very games. They found a way to turn their imagination into something others love. It's more than just a hobby. It's about inventing worlds. These creators dream up the rules, the characters, the stories, and the challenges. They are like architects of fun, building experiences from scratch. Think about it. Board games aren't new. People have been playing them for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians had games. The Romans did too. It's a deep human need to play, to connect, and to tell stories through play. Playing helps us learn about each other and the world around us in a safe space. It lets our minds explore. Consider a simple game like rock, paper, scissors. It has clear rules, a simple goal, and you can play it over and over. Now, imagine taking that basic idea and making it bigger, adding a whole new story, unique characters, and exciting choices. That's what board game creators do. They mix ideas and rules together, like a chef combines ingredients for a delicious meal. They don't just make a game, they craft an entire experience, a mini adventure you can play in your living room. This journey of creating games shows us something important. True success isn't always about chasing money directly. Sometimes, it's about pouring your heart into something that truly brings joy to others. It's about sharing a piece of your imagination, and when you create something that connects people, that sparks laughter and quiet focus, something genuinely special, sometimes the money follows. It's a quiet reminder that play itself has a deep, lasting value. Comic book creators, drawing stories, drawing dollars. Have you ever gotten lost in a comic book? The vibrant pictures, the epic heroes, the worlds unfolding page by page. It feels like magic, doesn't it? But what if I told you that magic, that ability to draw and write stories, can actually make people rich? This isn't just about famous artists at big companies. It's about ordinary people who found their voice on the page. They started drawing their own tales, sometimes just for fun. Slowly, their passion became a way to earn a lot of money, building their own special doorway to success. Here's how it works. These creators draw characters and worlds from their own imagination. They write the dialogue and plot twists. Then, they might self-publish online or find a publisher. They sell their comic books, physical or digital, and people buy them because they connect with the stories. Think about it. Humans have always loved stories. Since ancient times, we've gathered around fires, sharing tales. Comic books are just a modern version of that deep human need, but with pictures that move the story along even faster. It's like when you're telling a friend about your day, and you use your hands or make funny faces to really make them see what happened. Those pictures in a comic do the same thing. They grab your attention and pull you into a different world. It takes a lot of hard work, yes, but also a lot of heart. It's about being brave enough to share what's inside your head. And when that unique vision resonates with thousands, or even millions, of other people, it creates something truly powerful. It's not just about selling a book, it's about sharing a piece of your soul, a part of who you are, and watching it light up the souls of others. It reminds us that our imagination, those quiet thoughts and wild ideas we have, can be incredibly valuable. They hold worth far beyond what we might first think, a secret treasure just waiting to be shared. Voice lessons, helping singers shine. Earning money. Have you ever stopped to truly listen to your own voice? Not just the words you say, but the sound itself. It's a part of you, a unique instrument that carries your thoughts, your feelings, your very spirit. But what if someone needs help finding that voice, making it stronger, clearer, or just more beautiful? That's where voice lessons come in. It's about guiding someone to discover the full power and beauty within their own throat. Imagine a time long ago, before radios or recordings. People told stories and sang songs around fires. The voice was everything. A good singer or storyteller could hold everyone spellbound, connecting them all with just the sound of their voice. It wasn't just entertainment, It was how history and feelings were passed down. From ancient bards to grand opera houses, the human voice has always been a source of wonder, a direct path to the soul. And it still is, today. Here's the thing. Think of your voice like a complex machine, or maybe like an unplayed piano. You wouldn't expect to sit down and play a perfect song the first time, right? You need to learn which keys make which sounds, how to press them, how to use the pedals. Your voice is similar. It has muscles, breath support, and a way of making sounds that can be taught and trained. A voice teacher helps you understand how all those parts work together. They show you how to breathe deeply, how to shape sounds, how to sing without hurting yourself, and how to reach notes you never thought possible. It's not just about hitting the right notes though. It's about building confidence. It's about helping someone stand a little taller, speak a little clearer, or sing a song that truly means something to them. When you teach someone to use their voice, you're helping them find a way to express a part of themselves they might have kept hidden. It's a quiet, deep joy to watch someone finally let their voice soar, to see their face light up as they realize the power they hold. And that's why it matters so much. When you help others find their voice, you help them find their courage. Instrument repair, fixing fiddles, filling pockets. Have you ever seen an instrument that just looks sad? Maybe an old guitar with a snapped string, or a dusty piano that won't make a sound. It feels like a silent promise, a song trapped within. It's a bit heartbreaking, isn't it, to see something meant for beauty unable to fulfill its purpose. This is where the quiet magic of instrument repair comes in. It's about more than just glue and tools. It's about understanding how wood, metal, and tension come together to create sound. When an instrument breaks, a skilled repair person sees it not as trash, but as a challenge, a chance to bring music back to life. They mend cracks, tighten loose pieces, and tune the very soul of the object. These specialized folks learn a craft passed down for ages. Imagine a traveling musician hundreds of years ago. Their most precious possession, a violin, gets damaged on a long journey. Their livelihood, their art depended on that instrument. They'd seek out someone with a gentle touch, someone who knew the secrets of the wood, who could breathe life back into it. It was never just about fixing a thing. It was about mending a voice, preserving culture and joy. This tradition continues today, a quiet dedication to keeping art alive. It's like when your phone screen cracks. You don't just throw it away, right? You take it to someone who knows how to carefully replace that fragile glass, making it new again. For an instrument repair person, it's similar, but with a deep connection to sound and history. They might spend hours gently reshaping a violin bridge or perfectly aligning a flute skis, knowing each tiny adjustment changes the music that will flow from it. This work needs patience, a sharp eye, and hands that know how to listen to the instrument. And that's why it matters. There's deep satisfaction in taking something broken and making it whole again. It reminds us that sometimes the most beautiful music comes after a period of quiet mending. It teaches us that with care, patience, and a skilled hand, even what seems lost can find its voice again, ready to share its melody. Costume creation, sewing for success. Have you ever looked at a piece of fabric and wondered what it could become? Or imagined a character so vividly, you wished you could make them real, not just in your mind, but right in front of you? That quiet magic, the power to truly transform something, is at the very heart of costume creation. It's not just about sewing stitches. It's about weaving stories, shaping dreams, and bringing pure imagination to life. Maybe a friend dreams of being a superhero for Halloween, or a character from their favorite video game. With a needle and thread, you can help make that specific dream happen. For hundreds of years, people have used their hands to craft what they wear. Think about it. Long before big clothing stores, every tunic, every cloak, every elaborate dress was made by someone's careful hands. Every thread held purpose. Every fold told a story. It was how people expressed who they were, how they marked important events, or even how they just survived the cold. This simple act of making has a deep history, connecting us to a long line of creators who found meaning and beauty in fabric. Consider a simple block of clay. By itself, it's just earth. But in the hands of a sculptor, with gentle pressure and a clear vision, it becomes a face, an animal, a tiny world. Sewing is very much like that. A plain piece of cloth, a spool of thread, and your hands can become a wizard's robe, a graceful ball gown, or a funny mascot outfit. It's like how simple ingredients in your kitchen, flour, sugar, Eggs turn into an amazing cake when you mix them with care and follow a recipe. The basic elements are nothing special, but the creation is everything. There's a quiet strength in the gentle hum of a sewing machine, or the steady, rhythmic pull of a needle through fabric. It's a patience that builds, stitch by careful stitch, something truly unique, and when that costume is finally worn, when it brings a huge smile to someone's face, or helps them feel powerful and special, you realize the true value isn't just in the fabric or the design. It's in the deep care, the vision, and the heartfelt creation that started with a simple idea. It shows how even the smallest acts of making something with your hands can lead to big, beautiful, and sometimes even life-changing outcomes for you and for others. Making profits, crafting cool stuff, earning cash. Have you ever watched a movie, or maybe played a video game, and seen something incredibly cool? A futuristic weapon, an ancient map, or perhaps a magical item that just looks real asterisk. You know the feeling, right? It makes the story jump right off the screen. Here's the thing, most of that cool stuff isn't real at all. Someone talented made it. They crafted it, painted it, and made it look like it came right out of that world. These people are called prop makers. They use their hands and their amazing creativity to bring imaginary things to life. And yes, they can make real money doing it. This isn't just a hobby. It's a way to turn your skill for making things into a living dot. Think about it. For thousands of years, people have been creating objects to tell stories. Ancient cultures carved masks for ceremonies, making spirits feel present. Later, in theaters, simple pieces of wood and fabric became entire kingdoms on stage. It's always been about making the unseen seen. It's about taking an idea, a feeling, or a belief, and giving it a physical form so others can experience it too. It's a powerful kind of magic, really, born from human hands. Imagine your school puts on a play. Someone needs to make the crown for the king, or the fake food for the feast scene. Or maybe you're planning a Halloween party, and you want to make a spooky prop that looks genuinely old and creepy. When you hold that prop, or see it on stage, it changes everything. It makes the story feel more real, doesn't it? Like a tiny model of a human heart in science class helps you understand how a real heart works. A well-made prop makes a fantasy world feel true. It gently tricks your mind, but in a good way, helping you step into another reality. So prop making is more than just glue and paint. It's about taking a piece of your imagination, a whisper of a dream, and giving it shape. It's about letting your hands craft feelings for others. When you hold something you've made, something that began as just an idea, you feel a quiet power. You understand that your creativity isn't just inside your head. It can become real, something solid and beautiful, touching the world around you. It's a gentle reminder that our dreams can literally take shape. Escape room designers, puzzle your way to prosperity. Have you ever felt that thrill, that spark, when you finally figure out a tricky puzzle? The moment everything clicks into place, imagine building that feeling for others, creating a whole world of mystery for people to step into. That's what escape room designers do. They don't just build rooms, they build experiences, weaving stories and challenges into every hidden corner. Here's the thing, people love a good mystery. Since ancient times, from the riddles of the Sphinx to simple scavenger hunts in our backyards, humans have always been drawn to problem solving. It's part of who we are, a deep need to understand, to conquer the unknown. Escape rooms tap into this ancient urge. You're locked in, and the clock is ticking, pushing you to work with others, to notice small details, to think outside the box. Every locked drawer, every coded message, every hidden key is part of a grand design you helped create. Think about it like this. Remember trying to figure out a magic trick. You see the impossible, and your mind races, trying to find the secret behind the illusion. An escape room is like designing a giant, interactive magic trick. You're the magician, but instead of hiding the solution, you're carefully placing clues for others to discover. You're guiding them on an adventure, and that's why it matters. You're using your creativity, your cleverness, to craft moments of wonder and triumph for strangers. It's a powerful thing, to inspire that spark of aha in someone else. When you create an escape room, you're not just making money. You're building happiness, one clever puzzle at a time. It's a quiet way to touch many lives, giving them a brief, unforgettable journey of discovery. Tour guide tales, showing off your city, earning income. Have you ever walked through your neighborhood and seen the ordinary in a new light? Maybe a quiet alleyway with colorful murals, or an old building that whispers stories if you listen close enough. What if you could share those hidden secrets, those quiet wonders, with people new to your town? That's what it means to be a tour guide. And here's the thing, it can also be a way to earn income. A tour guide is like a storyteller for a city. You become the person who knows the best spots, the cool histories, the funny quirks that make your town special. You show visitors not just what to see, but how to feel the place. You share your love for your home, and people pay you to guide them. This idea of sharing your space is ancient. Long ago, people showed travelers their village, pointing out important places, telling tales. It was a way of saying, "Welcome, this is home." This tradition still connects lives. Building understanding. Think of it like being the friend who always knows the best shortcuts in a video game, or the one who can explain a tricky science problem so everyone gets it. You're not just giving directions, you're giving insight. You help someone truly understand a place, its heart. You make the unfamiliar feel friendly, maybe even magical. It's like you're handing them a map to the city's soul, drawn from your own heart and experiences. So this job isn't just about showing off famous landmarks. It's about sharing your personal connection to a street corner, a park bench, or an old shop. It's a quiet way to build bridges between people and places. When you share a story, you plant a seed of connection in someone's memory. They carry that feeling long after the tour ends. It makes the world feel smaller, more understood, one shared story at a time. It leaves a soft echo in their heart, a whisper of the place they visited. Local delivery leaders, bringing goods, earning green. Have you ever felt that quiet joy when something you really need or want arrives right at your door? That feeling of ease, of a task completed without you lifting a finger. Well, here's the thing. Behind that feeling are people, just like us, who make local delivery happen. They are the quiet backbone of our busy lives, moving everything from warm pizzas to important medicines, from a new book to the week's groceries. It's a simple idea, really. Someone needs something from point A, and they need it to get to point B. Maybe they're too busy, or they don't have a car, or they just can't leave their home. So, someone else steps in, picks up the item, and brings it right to them. And that's how they earn their green, by solving a real, everyday problem for others. This isn't a new idea, though the cars and apps are. Think way back, even thousands of years ago. People always needed messengers to carry letters, or traders to bring goods from one village to another. It's a very old human need. To connect, to share, to bring what's far away closer. It's like the intricate network of veins and arteries in our bodies, constantly working to carry vital things to every part, keeping everything alive and connected. Just like those pathways, local delivery helps keep the pulse of a community strong, making sure everyone has what they need to thrive. So, when you see a delivery driver, know they aren't just moving a box. They are carrying a piece of someone's day, a tiny hope, a moment of relief. It's a quiet promise, delivered, and in that simple act, they help weave the fabric of our towns, making life a little smoother, a little more caring. One thoughtful trip at a time. Moving help money, lifting boxes, lifting bank. Have you ever seen someone moving? Their car packed to the brim, a mountain of boxes waiting. It looks like a huge, heavy problem. Right, here's the thing. For many, moving isn't just a chore. It's a moment of real struggle. And that's where a simple, honest side hustle can shine, helping people move. Think about it. We all have stuff. Furniture, books, memories packed into boxes. When it's time to switch homes, suddenly all that stuff feels like it weighs a ton. People get tired, they get stressed. So, they need a hand, often more than one. This isn't some fancy high-tech business. This is about showing up, being strong, and carefully carrying things. It's a very old idea, actually. For thousands of years, when people built homes or moved villages, neighbors helped neighbors lift heavy stones or haul logs. There was honor in that shared effort, in using your own two hands to make someone else's burden lighter. It's like when you're working on a big group project for school. One person can't do it all, but when everyone pitches in, even with small tasks, the whole thing gets done faster, and everyone feels better about it. This side hustle is just like that. You are the extra hands, the muscle that makes a tough day manageable. You're offering peace of mind, not just physical strength. This might work for you because it teaches so much. It teaches you the value of physical labor, how a strong back and a careful mind can earn real money. and it shows you the quiet gratitude people have when you help them through a difficult time. It reminds us that often, the simplest acts of service, the most direct help, can build real success, one heavy box at a time. It's a way to feel good about what you earn, knowing you truly helped someone. Furniture refinishing, old pieces, new money. Have you ever walked past an old dusty dresser on the side of the road, ready for the trash, and just felt a little pang of sadness, like it had a story, but no one cared to listen anymore? Here's the thing. Sometimes, the most beautiful stories are hidden under layers of neglect, just waiting for someone to see them. This is what furniture refinishing is all about. It's not just painting an old chair, it's about giving it a second chance, a fresh start. People have been doing this for a very long time. For hundreds of years, if something broke or got old, you fixed it. You didn't just throw it out and buy new. There was a quiet understanding that everything had value, even if it was worn. It's like how an artist sees a blank canvas, but for furniture, you see the potential of an old, scratched table. You strip away the old, damaged finish. You sand it smooth, mending its little scars. Then, maybe you stain it a rich color, or paint it a soft, new shade. And then, you wax it until it shines, reflecting light like it's proud to be seen again. Think about a plain, dull rock you might find by a river. It doesn't look special at first, but if you clean it, polish it, and work with it, that rock can become a smooth, shiny, beautiful stone, sometimes even a gemstone. That's how it works with old furniture. You bring out the beauty that was always there, just sleeping. It takes patience, sure, and a bit of elbow grease, but the feeling you get, seeing something once forgotten now gleaming with new life, is really powerful. It's a quiet kind of magic dot, and that's why it matters. It teaches us something deep about ourselves and the world around us. It shows us that even when things look broken, or old, or no longer useful, there's often a hidden strength, a hidden beauty, just waiting to be noticed and cared for. It's a reminder that with a little effort and a lot of heart, we can bring forgotten things back into the light, giving them, and maybe even ourselves, a new purpose. It's about seeing the wonder in what others overlook. Upholstery, uplift, fresh fabrics, fresh funds. Have you ever looked at a favorite old chair or a worn-out couch and felt a pang of sadness? It was a part of your family for years, but now it looks tired, faded, just done. It feels like a story ending, right? But what if it didn't have to be? What if it could tell a whole new chapter? That's the heart of upholstery. It's not just fixing things. It's about giving them a second chance, a rebirth. Imagine taking that old, sad armchair, its fabric ripped, its colors muted by time. You strip away the old, choose a bold new cloth, and carefully put it back together. Suddenly, it's not just a dusty old chair. It's vibrant, exciting, a fresh part of someone's home again. It's about transforming what seems broken into something beautiful. This idea of renewal isn't new. People have always cherished things that last, finding ways to restore them. Think about ancient cultures mending pottery or carefully reweaving textiles. There's a deep part of us that sees value in what exists, a quiet refusal to simply throw away something with history. It's like an old, beloved book, even with dog-eared pages, feeling more precious than a brand new one. There's a soul in these objects, and giving them new life respects that. It tells us beauty isn't always about perfect newness, but often about rediscovered potential. Consider a hermit crab. When it outgrows its shell, it finds a new, bigger one, perhaps left behind, and moves in. Life inside continues, adapting in a new home. Upholstery is a bit like that. You take an old, outgrown shell of furniture, and through your skill, you give it a completely new purpose, a fresh identity. You see past the worn surface to the solid bones underneath, the potential waiting dot. And here's the thing. Many ordinary people saw this potential and built success. They understood that in every tired piece of furniture, a hidden gem waited. They didn't just earn money, they brought comfort, beauty, and a renewed sense of home. It's a gentle reminder. Sometimes, the most rewarding paths are found not in creating something new, but in thoughtfully giving a forgotten piece a chance to bloom. It's about seeing the enduring spirit in things, helping it shine again. Custom artwork, painting for profit. Have you ever looked at a painting and felt like it was made just for you, like it spoke directly to your heart? That's the magic of custom artwork. It's not just about putting colors on a canvas. It's about pouring a piece of your soul into something unique for another person. And here's the thing. People will pay good money for that feeling, for a truly one-of-a-kind creation. Think about it. Since the very first humans drew on cave walls, we've wanted to express ourselves. Art has always been a way to tell stories, capture feelings, and make sense of the world. It's a deep human need, both to create and to experience something beautiful. When you paint custom pieces, you tap into that ancient desire for something personal, something that truly belongs to them, not just a factory-made item. It's a bit like writing a private letter that only one person will ever read, but they get to keep it forever. Or, imagine your favorite pet. Someone could paint a portrait of that pet, capturing its funny quirks or its loving eyes. That painting isn't just paint on canvas, it's a memory, a feeling, a connection that lives on. And that connection, it's often priceless to the person who receives it. So, if you love to paint, and have that special touch, you can turn your art into a way to make a living, maybe even build a fortune. It's not about being a famous master artist from a textbook. It's about being real, being honest with your brush, and creating something that genuinely touches someone's life. When you sell a painting, you're not just trading paint for cash, you're sharing your vision, your emotion, and your unique way of seeing the world. That's a beautiful exchange, one that brings deep satisfaction to both the artist and the owner. Mural masters, wall art wonders, wealthy returns. Have you ever walked past a huge, colorful painting on a building wall and just stopped? Maybe you felt a tiny shiver, a moment where the world seemed to hold its breath. These are murals. And here's the thing, they are so much more than just paint on brick. They are powerful whispers, big, bold statements that make us feel something deep inside. Imagine a blank, gray wall. It's just ... there. It doesn't speak. It doesn't invite you in. But then, an artist steps forward. They bring colors, brushes, and a vision. Slowly, carefully, a new world begins to bloom. A wall that was once invisible suddenly becomes a story, a dream, a burst of feeling for everyone who walks by. This isn't a new idea. Our ancestors painted on cave walls thousands of years ago, sharing their hunts and their fears. Later, grand artworks covered churches and palaces, telling epic tales. It's how humans have always made their mark, leaving a piece of their soul for others to see. Think about a plain, quiet room. It feels okay, but maybe a little still. Now, picture one wall glowing with bright, hopeful art, a mural of soaring birds, or a vibrant, dreamy landscape. How would that make you feel? Like the air just got a little lighter, right? Like a gray sky suddenly opens up to sunlight. Just as a simple melody can change your mood, a mural can transform a whole neighborhood. It can bring light to forgotten places, or give a voice to feelings that had nowhere to go. And these beautiful, powerful stories, people and businesses pay for them. They want their spaces to be special, to tell their own unique tale. So, artists who pour their heart into these giant canvases can truly build a life doing what they love. A mural is more than just colors mixed on a surface. It's a shared breath, a piece of hope painted for everyone. It's a reminder that beauty isn't just something we hang in a frame, kept hidden away. It can live all around us, in our streets, our schools, our very neighborhoods. It changes our everyday world, one thoughtful brushstroke at a time. It's about leaving a lasting echo, a soft, powerful promise of human connection and wonder, brightening the path for generations to come. Portrait painters, capturing faces, capturing cash. Have you ever really looked at someone, not just a quick glance, but truly looked? Noticed the curve of their smile, or the way their eyes crinkle when they laugh, even the tiny lines around their eyes when they're thinking deeply. There's a whole world in a face, a story written in every expression. And that's where portrait painters come in. They don't just paint what you look like, they try to paint who you are, capturing the real person. Here's the thing, for hundreds of years, long before cameras, if you wanted to remember someone, or show off who you were, you hired an artist. Kings, queens, wealthy merchants, they all sat for hours. They hoped the painter could capture their power, their wisdom, or even their quiet strength. It wasn't just about showing a face. It was about holding on to a moment, creating a legacy that would last long after they were gone. Think of it like this. When you see an old family photograph, you try to imagine their lives, their feelings. A portrait painter tries to put those feelings right into the painting itself, like bottling up a memory. It's a deep kind of work, seeing past the surface, like how a scientist studies the unique patterns of a snowflake. A portrait painter studies the one-of-a-kind details of a person's face and soul. Each brushstroke is a choice, an attempt to translate something invisible, a personality, a mood, a flicker of thought into something visible and lasting. This can help you understand why such paintings held so much value, because what they create isn't just a picture, it's a piece of someone's spirit, frozen in time, made real on a canvas. It helps us remember that every single person is a masterpiece, worthy of being seen, truly seen, and profoundly remembered. It reminds us that our unique selves have immense and lasting value. Cartooning cash, drawing laughs, earning loads. Have you ever looked at a simple drawing, maybe a funny character in a comic strip, and felt a quiet smile spread across your face? That feeling, that small lift, is powerful. For some, making those drawings, those honest cartoons, became more than a hobby. It blossomed into a path to earning a lot of money, all while sharing their unique view of the world. It's about taking your truest imagination, putting it onto paper or a screen with simple lines, and making people feel something deep down, laugh out loud, pause, and truly think, or even feel understood. It's a quiet magic dot. Think about it. For as long as humans have existed, we've used images to tell stories, to explain our fears and dreams, to make sense of our world. Cartoons are like a very old, human language, made fresh for today. They speak directly, often saying more with a few lines than many words. Long before the internet, simple drawings in newspapers, called political cartoons, held immense power. A single drawing could make fun of big problems, or highlight important ideas, making them easier for everyone to talk about. This teaches us something profound. Creativity isn't just for quiet moments. It's a vital way to connect with others, to gently influence thought, and to build something meaningful and lasting. Think about a time you struggled to explain something complicated to a friend, but then you just drew a quick, simple sketch, and suddenly they understood completely. That's the true magic of a cartoon. It cuts through noise, reaching straight to the heart, or sparking a genuine laugh. It reminds us that our own special way of seeing the world, our personal humor, our particular insights, these aren't just for us to keep. They are precious gifts we can share, little bursts of light that can brighten someone else's day. And maybe that unique, quiet spark inside you, that talent for seeing the funny or the honest truth in things, could be the very thing that truly connects you to others and helps you build a life that feels deeply good and right. Your art, your humor, your distinct way of looking at life, it truly, profoundly matters. Calligraphy comforts. Beautiful letters, beautiful earnings. Have you ever held a letter, written carefully by hand? Not a quick note, but something where each word felt special, almost crafted. That's kind of what calligraphy is about. It's the art of beautiful writing. Imagine turning words into pictures, where the loops and lines aren't just letters, but tiny works of art. It's not just about what the words asterisk say asterisk, but how they asterisk look asterisk. It's a way to make something ordinary, like a name or an invitation, feel truly extraordinary. For a very long time, before printers and computers, people poured their hearts into writing. Monks in old monasteries spent years, sometimes their whole lives, carefully copying books. Every stroke was a prayer, a moment of deep focus. It wasn't just about sharing information, it was about honoring the words, giving them respect. This art connects us to a past where time moved slower, and every creative act had a quiet importance. It reminds us that there's value in patience, in taking the time to do something with care. Don't think about how a simple seed grows into a beautiful flower. Each petal, each leaf, forms in its own perfect way, not rushed. Or imagine drawing a picture you really care about, adding all the little details. That's how a calligrapher treats each letter. They aren't just scribbling, they are building beauty, one gentle stroke at a time. It's like when you carefully set the table for a special meal, making sure everything looks just right. The food might taste the same, but the feeling around it is completely different. This gentle art offers more than just pretty letters. It offers a kind of comfort, a quiet peace for the person creating it. And for the person receiving it, it feels like a warm hug, a personal touch in a world full of fast messages. It shows that even in simple things, like how we write, we can find deep beauty and meaning. It reminds us that true value often comes from the care we put into something, not just how quickly it's done. There's a quiet power in creating something lovely with your own hands, and that power can even lead to unexpected earnings. by sharing that beauty with others who appreciate the heart put into it. Custom jewelry, sparkle and sell. Have you ever looked at a necklace or a ring and wished it was just a little different? Perhaps a unique stone or a charm that truly tells your story. Here's the thing. People deeply love to wear items that feel exactly like them. That's the heart of custom jewelry. It's about crafting something one of a kind, made by hand for a specific person or a very special occasion. You start with simple materials, maybe shiny beads, flexible wire, soft leather, or even just string, and you transform them into tiny, wearable pieces of art. For thousands and thousands of years, humans have done this. Even in the oldest times, people would make necklaces from polished shells or smooth river stones. These weren't just pretty objects. They often showed who you were in your group, or what important things you believed in. These handmade treasures always carried deep meaning, and that's why this idea still matters so much today. When someone chooses to wear a custom piece, they're not just putting on something pretty, they're wearing a little piece of someone's careful thought and heartfelt work. Think about it, like finding a secret message just for you, or how a specific scent can bring back a powerful memory. Custom jewelry works a bit like that. It's not just about the metal or the sparkling gems. It's about the feeling you get when you give a friend a bracelet you made especially for them, knowing it perfectly captures their bright spirit, or the quiet comfort of wearing earrings that remind you of a truly happy day, a tiny echo of joy. This connection is what helped ordinary people turn a simple hobby into a way to make a living. They often started by creating beautiful things for family, then for friends, and soon for strangers who loved their unique style. Each piece held a bit of their honest passion. It wasn't just about selling something, it was about sharing a small bit of beauty and creating a lasting connection. When you create something with your own hands, and someone else chooses it to be a part of their story, there's a gentle magic in that. It quietly reminds us that the most precious things often hold much more than just a price tag. They carry dreams, memories, and a special piece of someone's soul. Candle making cash, lighting up profits. Have you ever stopped to really watch a candle flame? How it dances, quiet but strong, pushing back against the dark. It's more than just light, isn't it? It's a feeling. And here's the thing. People have built entire businesses, even fortunes, by creating that feeling. Making candles might sound simple. You melt some wax, add a wick, maybe a lovely smell. But it's more than just ingredients. It's about crafting warmth and comfort. For thousands of years, long before light bulbs, candles were how people saw in the dark. They were a beacon in the night, a quiet promise of safety. This isn't just about selling a product. It's about sharing a very old human need for light and comfort. Imagine you're baking a cake for someone you care about. You mix the ingredients, you pour your care into it. When it's done, it brings smiles, moments of joy. Making candles can be like that. You carefully choose the scents, the colors, the jars. Each one is a small gift of warmth. You're not just selling wax, you're selling the feeling of a cozy evening, a calm moment, or a cherished memory. It's like planting a tiny seed of peace that grows when someone lights your candle. And that's why it matters. This simple act connects to something deep inside us. It's a quiet reminder that even small things can make a big impact. A single candle can change the mood of a whole room. And sometimes, a quiet idea, lit with care, can truly light up your life in unexpected ways. It shows us that beauty, comfort, and even success can be made from the most ordinary, yet meaningful, elements. Soap making success, clean products, clean money. Have you ever stopped to think about the bar of soap you use every day? It seems so simple, right? Just something to get clean with. But for some people, that simple bar became the start of something big, a quiet path to success. Here's the thing. Making soap from scratch is an old skill, a bit like cooking or baking, but with a different kind of magic. People found a deep joy in creating something pure, something handmade, that brought comfort and cleanliness. And from that personal craft, they built entire businesses. For thousands of years, humans knew that cleanliness mattered. They used simple things from the earth like ash, animal fats, and plant oils to make early forms of soap. It wasn't just about scrubbing away dirt. It was about feeling good, about a fresh start, about taking care of yourself and your family. It brought a sense of order and peace to daily life. This long history shows us how important basic needs are, and how much we value things that feel natural and honest. Think about making a batch of homemade cookies. You start with basic ingredients: flour, sugar, butter. You mix them carefully, and through a simple process, you get something warm, delicious, and made with love. Soap making is a lot like that. You take natural oils, maybe some olive or coconut oil, and mix them with a special solution. A gentle chemical reaction happens, transforming these separate parts into something completely new, a smooth, fragrant bar of soap. It's a bit of everyday science, turning simple things into something useful and beautiful. There's a special feeling that comes from crafting something with your own hands, especially when it helps others feel good. It's not just about earning money, it's about providing care, about making a product you truly believe in. You're putting a piece of your heart into something essential, and that's why it matters. Sometimes, the most meaningful journeys begin with the simplest acts, like making a bar of soap. It reminds us that purity, care, and honest work can bloom into something truly incredible. Bath bomb bucks, fizzy fun, financial freedom. Have you ever thought about the quiet magic in everyday things, or how a simple moment of calm can feel like a small victory? Imagine if a tiny pleasure could open doors to a new kind of freedom. That's the story of bath bombs, and how they turned fizzy fun into real financial freedom for many. Here's how it works. A bath bomb is mostly baking soda and citric acid. Add essential oils for smell, some color, and gentle oils for your skin. In water, these mics, they bubble and fizz, releasing calming aromas. It's a beautiful chemical reaction, made to help you feel good. For ages, people have sought ways to soothe themselves, to wash away daily worries. From ancient Roman baths to village rituals, bathing was always more than just getting clean. It's a moment to pause, to reset. Think of a quiet rain shower, washing dust from the world. A bath bomb does something similar for your spirit. It's a small, personal ritual, an act of self-care. Someone saw this need for comfort, this desire for a small escape. They realized they could create it with their own hands. Not scientists, but makers. They wanted to bring sparkle to an ordinary evening. It's like when you take simple ingredients and bake a perfect cookie. You're making something special and comforting from common things. And here's what happened. People started making these in their kitchens. They shared them, then sold them. Not just a product, but a feeling. The feeling of being cared for, of having a quiet moment. This shows us something important. Real success isn't always about big ideas. Sometimes, it's about understanding people's small needs. Then, offering a handmade piece of joy. Our own hands can craft not just objects, but also a brighter future, one fizzy bubble at a time. Essential oils earnings, scented success. Have you ever smelled something that instantly took you back to a moment in time? Maybe the scent of rain on hot pavement, or your grandmother's special cookies. It's amazing, right, how a simple smell can hold so much power over our feelings and memories. People have known this for thousands of years. They understood that the tiny, invisible molecules coming from plants could do more than just smell good. These powerful smells come from what we call essential oils. Think of them as the very essence of a plant, bottled up. They're super concentrated liquids taken from flowers, leaves, bark, or roots. And for a long time, people used them not just for perfume, but for healing and peace. Ancient Egyptians used them in sacred ceremonies and for embalming. The Romans loved them for baths and massages. This isn't some new fad. It's an ancient wisdom about how nature can help us. So, how does this become a way for ordinary people to earn money? Well, some people find true comfort and help from these oils, for things like feeling calmer, sleeping better, or even clearing their minds. And when they do, they often want to share that feeling. This is where the idea of selling essential oils, or products made with them, comes in. You might create special blends for relaxation, or make soaps, candles, and lotions that carry these natural scents. Imagine a time when you felt really stressed, like before a big test. Now, imagine a tiny drop of lavender oil on your wrist, and how that soft, calming scent might gently ease your worry. Like a quiet whisper telling you everything will be okay. It doesn't fix the test, but it changes how you feel. About facing it. That's the gentle power we're talking about. And when you share that feeling, that sense of peace or energy, you're not just selling a bottle. You're offering a connection to something ancient and natural, a small piece of comfort. It reminds us that sometimes, the simplest things, straight from the earth, can bring the biggest change. It's a quiet way to build a life, one gentle scent at a time. connecting with others through the silent language of nature's gifts. Photography backdrops, creative scenes, cash flow. Have you ever seen a picture that just feels right? Maybe it's a portrait where the person looks amazing, or a product that just pops off the screen. Here's the thing. Often the magic isn't just in the person or the product itself. A lot of that feeling comes from what's behind them. We're talking about photography backdrops. These aren't just plain walls. They're carefully made scenes, textures, or even simple colors that photographers use to make their subjects look incredible. And making these creative scenes can actually be a way to earn a lot of money. Think about it this way. Since ancient times, people have been setting stages for important things. In old plays, they'd paint elaborate scenes to transport the audience. In classic art, painters would choose the perfect background to highlight their subject. Whether it was a mountain range or a simple drape, it's about building a little world, just for that moment, to tell a specific story or create a certain mood. This isn't a new idea, but today, with so many photos taken every second, the need for unique backdrops is huge. Imagine you're trying to showcase your favorite new pair of sneakers online. If you just take a picture of them on your messy bedroom floor, they don't look special. But if you place them on a cool, minimalist wooden surface, or a backdrop that looks like a city street, suddenly, those sneakers look way more impressive. It's like how a frame around a painting doesn't just hold it up, it changes how you see the art itself. The backdrop frames the photo's subject, giving it context and importance. So, here's what happened. People realized that making these special scenes, whether they're painted canvases, printed designs, or crafted physical sets, could be a real business. It's not just about taking photos. It's about creating the world for the photo to live in. It shows us that beauty can be built, piece by piece. And that even the quiet parts of a picture, the things in the background, can hold immense power. It's a quiet reminder that what surrounds something often defines it, and that we all have the power to create a better stage for our own lives. Prop rentals, loaning your stuff, earning income. Have you ever looked at something you own, an old costume, a unique lamp, and wondered if it could do more than just sit there? Prop rentals are exactly that. It's letting your unused items go on an adventure. They become props for someone else's story, a film, a photo shoot, a school play, or an event. When they come back, they bring money. Your stuff works for you, even when you're not using it. For thousands of years, people shared useful objects. Farmers lent tools, craftsmen rented instruments. It wasn't always about money, but getting a job done. The idea was simple, something needed, shared for use. This shows us that things, like good ideas, grow stronger moving between people. Imagine your cool vintage bicycle, just sitting in the shed. A student needs an old-fashioned bike for a film scene. You could loan it for a small fee. That bike, once a memory, becomes part of a new creation, earning you cash. It's like a seed. It seems small, but it grows and offers something beautiful to others, benefiting you. There's a quiet magic in seeing your forgotten objects find new life. Nothing truly loses its value, only waits for the right moment. Our possessions, even simple ones, hold a hidden energy. When we let them serve a purpose for someone else, we're not just making money. We're part of a gentle flow where objects connect people, dreams, and possibilities. Richness isn't just what we keep, but what we gently share. Even forgotten things have purpose, adding worth to the world and our lives. Everything has a potential story. Sometimes, our old things are the perfect characters. Party rentals, chairs, tables, and cash. Have you ever thought about what makes a special day feel truly special? A birthday party, a graduation, a big family reunion. Often, it's simple things. A place for everyone to sit, a table piled with food and gifts. But here's the thing. Most people don't own enough chairs or tables for a large crowd. So, what do? They rent them. This is the simple idea behind party rentals. This business is built on human connection. We've always gathered, right from the earliest campfires. We need space, comfort, and welcome for our people. Think about ancient festivals. People set up temporary seating, maybe blankets or logs. The need to gather, to share a meal or a story, is a deep part of who we are. Party rentals offer a modern way to make these gatherings happen without buying and storing a whole furniture set. Here's an example. Imagine needing a special tool for a science project, but only for one afternoon. You wouldn't buy it, right? you'd borrow or rent it. Party rentals are just like that. They provide items for a short time of joy, then take them back. They let people create a perfect temporary space for their big day without the big cost or the hassle of keeping everything afterwards. And that's why this business matters. It's not just about moving chairs and tables. It's about being a part of countless happy memories, the silent helper behind laughter and connection. It's about understanding that sometimes the best gifts are those that help others create beautiful moments, even if those moments are just for a day. It's a quiet reminder that joy, like a good party, often shines brighter with a little thoughtful help. Tool rentals. Lending your gear, earning green. Have you ever looked at something in your garage or shed, maybe a big power drill or a fancy ladder, and realized you only used it once or twice? It just sits there, mostly forgotten, quietly waiting. Here's the thing, that tool, even though it's yours, could be out there helping someone else right now. And it could be earning you a little money, too, instead of just taking up space. This is the powerful idea behind tool rentals. You lend out your gear, and in return, you get paid for its use. For centuries, people have understood the power of sharing. Long ago, in villages, if your neighbor needed a plow or a special cooking pot, you'd lend it. It wasn't about money, it was about community, helping each other get by. This old wisdom, this spirit of shared resources, is now finding a new way to live in our modern world. Think of it like sharing your favorite book. You've read it, you loved it, but now it's just sitting on your shelf. A friend wants to read it, but doesn't want to buy a new copy. You could just lend it to them, right? With tools, it's the same idea, but instead of just a thank you, there's a small, fair exchange. It's like a library, but for powerful tools, and you're the helpful librarian, getting paid. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much unused potential is all around us? How many things we own could be serving a bigger purpose, helping someone create or fix something, instead of just collecting dust? It's a quiet but deep shift in how we think about ownership, not just having things, but letting them truly live their fullest life, becoming part of a larger, shared story. Our things don't just exist, they truly live and make a difference. Storage solutions. Renting out space. Earning bucks. Have you ever looked around your room and felt like things were just overflowing, like every corner held a forgotten toy, a book you'll read someday, or clothes you don't quite fit anymore? It's a common feeling, right? We gather things, and sometimes those things need a home. But what if that home could also make you money? This is the idea behind renting out space. It's about letting someone else use a part of your garage, an empty closet, or even a corner of your backyard for a fee. Think about it. For thousands of years, people have valued space. A safe cave, a sturdy hut, a locked chest for their treasures. It's a basic human need to protect what's important, to keep things ordered. And sometimes, we have more space than we need, while others have less. So, humans have always found ways to share, to exchange. Back in ancient times, people might share a barn for their harvest, or a cellar for wine. It wasn't always about money, but it was about making sure everyone had what they needed. It's a bit like when you share your locker with a friend who needs a spot for their extra books for one class. You have the space, they need it, and maybe they help you out with homework later. In the adult world, instead of homework, it's cash. Imagine a neighbor who just moved and has a few boxes they can't fit into their new apartment yet. You have a dry, empty spot in your basement. You offer it, they pay you a small amount, and everyone wins. It's more than just earning money. It's about connection. It's recognizing that silent need in someone else, and seeing how your unused space, that forgotten corner, can become a solution. It turns something that might just be gathering dust into a helpful resource. There's a quiet dignity in offering a safe harbor for someone's belongings, knowing you're easing their stress, even just a little. And when you think about it, life often works like that. Our unused blessings, our extra room, our quiet strength, they're not just for us. Sometimes, they're meant to be shared, to become a quiet ripple of support in the world. It reminds us that value isn't always loud or flashy. Sometimes, it's just a steady, dependable space, offered with care, making a real difference. Parking spot profits. Your space, their money. Have you ever been in a car, searching for what feels like forever, just to find one open parking spot? It's a common feeling, that stress. But here's a thought. What if your own empty driveway, or a parking space you don't use often, could actually earn you money? This idea is simple. In busy places, finding parking is tough. People pay for convenience, for saving time, and for avoiding headaches. So, if your spot sits empty, someone might need it for an hour or an afternoon. You share your space, and they pay you for that help. It's like a tiny, temporary lease. This isn't a new idea. Throughout history, certain spots were always more valuable. Think of the best market stall in an old town square, or a perfect lookout point. They weren't random. They offered an advantage. Today, in our busy world, that advantage means saving time or avoiding frustration. A parking spot in a crowded area is just that, a tiny patch of ground offering a big advantage. It's about scarcity. When something is rare, it becomes more valuable. Imagine a big concert or a school football game. Streets around it are packed. Cars circle. Drivers annoyed. Now picture your house a few blocks away, with an empty spot in your driveway. For someone desperate to get to the game, that spot is like finding a hidden treasure. It solves their problem, and they're happy to pay a few dollars for that quick fix. It's a simple exchange that helps everyone. It's a quiet lesson in seeing the world differently. What seems like an empty patch of ground to you, an unused space, can be a valuable solution for someone else. Value isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to notice. And when we do, we can turn something simple into a way to help others and ourselves. It shows how even small things can have a quiet power, connecting needs with solutions in a simple, honest way. Digital product power, selling downloads, making money. Have you ever looked at a blank screen and wondered if an idea, just a spark in your mind, could actually become something that helps people and makes money? It sounds a little like magic, right? But it's real. Digital products. Imagine creating something amazing just once, then letting people download it again and again, without you ever making a new one. Here's the thing. A digital product is simply anything you sell online that someone downloads. It's not a physical item you mail. Maybe it's an ebook you wrote, full of stories or helpful tips for school. Maybe it's a cool design for a t-shirt, or a special piece of music you composed, or even a handy template for planning your week. You make it once, put it on the internet, and then anyone in the world can buy it and download it instantly. For centuries, humans shared thoughts and art. When the printing press arrived, one book became thousands of copies, reaching more people. That was a huge change. Now, with the internet, one digital file can multiply into millions of copies in seconds, reaching people across oceans. No trees cut, no delivery trucks. It's like bottling your unique creativity and letting others experience it. Wherever they are, think about it. Maybe you're really good at drawing cool characters. You spend an afternoon creating a fantastic digital sticker pack for chat apps. It's unique. It makes people smile. You put it up for sale online. Someone in Japan buys it. An hour later, someone in Mexico buys it too. Each time, you don't have to draw it again. The sticker pack just exists, always ready. It's like having a quiet, helpful assistant, working around the clock, sharing your gift. And that's why this idea matters. It isn't only about making money. It's about your ideas, your special talents, finding a way to touch lives far beyond your neighborhood. It's about building something that keeps giving, a soft echo of your effort that brings value long after you first created it. It quietly teaches us that our imagination holds a lasting power that truly can spread kindness and impact. Template tycoons, ready-made designs, real money. Have you ever looked at a beautiful design, a cool website, a perfect party invitation, or a stunning presentation and thought, I could never make something like that? Maybe you wished you had that artistic talent. But here's the thing. Often the people who made those beautiful things didn't start from scratch. They used templates. Templates are like blueprints someone else created. Imagine someone spent hours crafting a perfect layout. Instead of keeping it, they sell it. Then, you buy that design, change words or pictures, and make it your own. It's like a master artist did the hard part, making beautiful design accessible. This idea of using pre-made forms to save time is really old. Think about when people first started printing books. Instead of hand-drawing every letter, they used carved blocks, early templates to stamp the words. It made it possible for more people to read and learn. It's a quiet way to share talent, letting many benefit from one person's skill. It's a lot like how a musician learns a song someone else wrote. They bring their own feeling and skill to performing it. In science, researchers build on discoveries made by others. using the templates of knowledge that came before them. They don't have to start all over again. This shows us that making money, and even making a big impact, doesn't always mean inventing something completely new. Sometimes, true genius is making existing excellence available to everyone. It's about helping others feel empowered, giving them tools to create something great, even if they don't feel like a creative genius. It's a gentle reminder that every contribution has its own quiet strength and can lead to amazing things. Preset profits. One click, many dollars. Have you ever wondered if you could create something just once, pouring your heart into it, and then have it earn money for you again and again? It's a quiet, deep thought. This is preset profits. It's about building a digital item like a special photo filter, a cool font, or a helpful template for presentations. One time, you finish it, set it up, and then people can buy and download it repeatedly. Each sale means your first effort keeps on giving. Think about the printing press, invented centuries ago. Before that, every book was copied by hand. It took endless hours, but once the press was made, someone set the type once and then printed hundreds, even thousands, of copies. That initial effort multiplied itself, letting ideas spread far and wide. It showed the power of one original creation. Here's a way to picture it today. Imagine your favorite video game. Designers spend time making one amazing level, crafting every detail. They do the hard work. Once, then, millions of players around the world explore that exact same level, enjoying it for hours. The effort was a single, focused act of creation, but the joy it brings is endlessly repeated. It's a powerful thought, isn't it? That your creative energy, your clever idea, can have a life beyond the moment you finish it. It's not about being lazy. It's about making your effort truly count. It lets a part of you continue to bring beauty or usefulness long after your hands stop working. It reminds us that some of the deepest rewards come from things we build with careful thought, knowing they can keep on giving for years. Stock photos success. Pictures that pay. Ever wonder where those perfect pictures on ads or websites come from? Who snaps that smiling face or tasty meal? What if your own everyday photos could actually earn you money? Here's how it works. Businesses need many images for websites, flyers, and social media. They don't always hire a photographer. Instead, they use stock photos, a huge online library. Anyone can use them for a small fee. You, with your phone or camera, can add your photos. When a business uses your picture, you get a small payment. These payments add up. Think about how cameras changed. Good photography once needed expensive gear. It felt like a secret club. But cameras became small and easy. Digital versions arrived, and now almost everyone carries one. This changed everything. Everyday moments, captured by anyone, became valuable. A clear photo, even of something common, can be a powerful tool. Your unique view helps others tell their story. Imagine building a cool Lego set. You need specific pieces, right? Sometimes, you miss one perfect flat brick. A stock photo site is like a giant bin of Lego bricks, shared by people. You, as the photographer, add your unique bricks. A local cafe needs a coffee photo. You took a great shot. Boom, your photo becomes their perfect brick. This teaches us something important. The quiet things we notice, the everyday moments we photograph, connect us. They link our small world to a larger one of businesses and ideas. Finding value comes from looking closely and sharing. Your unique eye holds quiet power. Ordinary things, seen freshly, often hold surprising worth. Video stock footage, clips for cash. Have you ever paused, just for a moment, to think about all the videos you see every single day? They pop up in commercials, in documentaries, even in the backgrounds of your favorite online shows. So many clips, showing so many different things. But here's the thing. A huge number of these aren't filmed specifically for that one ad or show. Instead, they're called stock footage. It's a quiet, powerful idea. Regular people, maybe someone just like your neighbor, film short video clips. Imagine a squirrel burying a nut, or gentle morning fog rising over a field, or kids laughing as they play in the park. Then, they upload these small pieces of life to special online libraries. Other people, like filmmakers or advertisers, can then buy those specific clips. They use them to fill out their own stories, to set a scene, or to add a certain feeling without having to film it themselves. And the person who captured that moment, that small slice of reality, gets a little bit of money each time their clip is chosen. It's a way your unique view of the world can find a purpose. This idea isn't brand new, though the technology is. Humans have always valued capturing moments. For centuries, artists created paintings or photographs that others bought and used, sometimes in new ways, to tell their own tales or decorate their homes. It's about how a tiny piece of someone's art can help build a larger mosaic. It's a bit like how a single brick might not seem special on its own, but when combined with thousands of others, it helps build a strong, beautiful house. Your short video clip, even of something simple like a cloud floating by, can become that crucial brick for someone else's big project. It reminds us that our personal perspective, how we see the ordinary world, has a quiet, surprising power. What seems like just a regular Tuesday afternoon to you might be exactly the feeling someone else needs for their video. It's about noticing the hidden beauty, the small, honest truths in life, and understanding that your unique way of seeing things holds a real and valuable place in the world. Affiliate marketing, recommending products, earning commissions. Have you ever told a friend about a really cool new video game or a perfect snack you found, and they went and bought it because of you? Think about that feeling. You shared something you loved, and it helped your friend. Affiliate marketing is kind of like that, but with a grown-up twist. It's when you recommend a product or service you honestly believe in, and if someone buys it through your special link, you get a small thank you, a commission, from the company. You're not selling anything directly. You're just a trusted guide. This idea isn't really new. For hundreds of years, people have always trusted recommendations from folks they look up to or know well. Think about it. If a respected older person in your community said, "This farmer grows the best corn," you'd probably listen and buy from that farmer. It's about a deep human trust, about one person saying, "I tried this, and it worked for me, so maybe it will for you." It shows how much we rely on each other, and how sharing what helps us has always been important. Imagine your favorite YouTube creator. They might talk about a specific type of microphone they use for their videos, or a brand of headphones. At the bottom of their video, they often say, "Check out my gear here," with a link. That link is probably a special affiliate link. If you click it and buy those headphones, they get a tiny piece of that sale. It doesn't cost you extra, but it helps support the person who gave you the good advice. It's like when you tell your friend about an awesome book, and they borrow it from the library. But imagine if the library gave you a tiny thank you for the recommendation. It reminds us that even in a world full of big businesses and endless choices, human connection and honest recommendations still hold real power. It's not just about money. It's about valuing the advice of others and seeing how even a small, truthful recommendation can create value for everyone involved. It's a quiet reminder that sharing what we genuinely find useful can build something good. One link, one honest word at a time, connecting people through trust. Dropshipping dreams, selling without storing. Have you ever wished you could sell awesome stuff, but without needing a huge basement full of boxes or a store full of shelves? It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? To make money connecting people with things they want, all from your computer. Well, this is what dropshipping is all about. Here's how it works. You find products from a supplier, maybe a cool t-shirt or a unique lamp. You put pictures of these items on your own simple online store. When someone visits your store and buys that t-shirt, you don't actually have it in your closet. Instead, you send the order directly to the supplier. They pack the t-shirt and mail it straight to your customer. You never touch the product. You just keep the difference between what your customer paid you and what you paid the supplier. It's like being a helpful middleman, but with a modern twist. That way of doing things isn't brand new, though the name dropshipping. Think about long ago, when traders would travel. They'd promise to bring back spices or silk, even if they didn't have them in their wagon yet. They knew where to get them, and they knew who wanted them. Or imagine a farmer who sells his corn for next autumn, even before it's planted. It's about trust and making a bridge between what's available and what's desired. Here's an example that might make it click. Imagine your best friend really wants a rare, cool comic book. You know a special comic shop across town that has it, but your friend can't get there. So, you tell your friend, "Hey, I can get that for you." Your friend gives you the money, and you go to the shop, buy the comic, and have them ship it directly to your friend's house. You made sure it happened, and maybe you added a small fee for your effort. You didn't have to buy the comic first and keep it in your backpack. You were the link. And that's the quiet power of dropshipping. It reminds us that often, The real value isn't in what we physically hold or own, but in the connections we create. It's a gentle whisper about how a clever idea can travel far, bringing things to people without needing a big, dusty warehouse. It shows us that true possibility often lies in seeing what people need and finding a way to get it to them. Even if you never touch the product yourself, it's about building bridges, one sale at a time. Print-on-demand perks, designs that sell themselves. Have you ever drawn something, a picture or a cool phrase, and wished everyone could see it, where it even felt that little spark of wanting to share your world? Print-on-demand is like a quiet magic for your creativity. Here's how it works. You create a design, maybe a funny cat, or a quote that means a lot to you. Then, you put that design on a special website. Someone sees it, loves it, and buys it. But here's the thing. You don't actually make the shirt or mug yourself. A company prints your design on the item, asterisk after asterisk. Someone orders it. They handle the printing, the shipping, everything. You just get a share of the money. It's like having a store that only makes things when people ask for them. No mountains of unsold shirts, just ideas waiting patiently. Think about artists of long ago. Someone like Leonardo da Vinci had to paint each picture by hand, slowly. If people loved his work, they'd have to ask him for another unique piece. But imagine if his Mona Lisa could instantly appear on 100 different canvases in 100 homes, all from one digital file, without him lifting another brush. That's the core idea here. It's a quiet revolution in how ideas travel and how value is created. It takes the old dream of an artist reaching many people and makes it real. So it's about sharing your vision without needing a giant factory or a whole warehouse full of products. It's kind of like ordering a custom pizza. You don't have to own a pizza shop or buy all the ingredients. You just tell the shop exactly what you want on your one pizza, and they make it fresh, just for you. Print-on-demand works the same way for creative items. You put your recipe, your special design out there, and when someone craves it, it gets made, one at a time. This freedom to simply create and then let the world decide if it resonates carries a quiet, hopeful beauty. It reminds us that our unique thoughts, our little sparks of imagination, can find a home far beyond our own minds. And that's why it matters. It teaches us that sometimes the most powerful things we can offer are just ideas, shared gently with the world, waiting to be worn or held by someone who feels them too. It's a gentle whisper of connection. Subscription box success, curated goods, continuous cash. Have you ever gotten a special gift, one that felt like it was picked just for you? Imagine that feeling, but it keeps coming, like a gentle wave, month after month. That's the heart of a subscription box. It's when someone sends you a carefully chosen package of things, perhaps every few weeks, filled with surprises they believe you'll love. It could be books, snacks, beauty items, or even little craft projects. It feels good to get something picked just for you, doesn't it? Like someone truly thought about what would make your day a little brighter. For a long, long time, people have enjoyed these kinds of regular connections. Think about how a milkman used to deliver fresh milk right to your door, or how neighbors might share their garden's bounty regularly. It's about a steady, trusted flow of something good. But subscription boxes add a special touch. Curation. That means someone chooses things with great care. Like an art curator picks paintings for a museum. They try to understand what people might like, even before they know themselves. It's like when your favorite music app makes a playlist just for you, finding songs that perfectly match your mood. You didn't ask for them, but suddenly, you can't imagine your day without them. That trust, that feeling of being understood, is powerful. And here's the thing, when you can make people feel that happy, that understood, they want more. So, by creating these thoughtful, regular deliveries, some people built huge businesses. They found continuous cash flow by simply making others feel seen and special, one unexpected box at a time. It shows us something quiet and true, that even in a world full of choices, there's still a deep comfort in letting someone else surprise you with a little box of joy. It's not just about the things inside, it's about the feeling of being cared for, one package, one smile, at a time. The $1 Million Mindset. What makes it all possible? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to find success, even when things are tough? It's not always about being smarter or having more luck. Instead, the magic happens right inside our own heads. Here's the thing. Making millions from a simple idea often starts with a certain way of thinking. A $1 Million Mindset. It's not some secret club or a special potion. It's about how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. For a long time, people have talked about the power of the mind. Thinkers from ancient Greece to famous inventors today knew that believing you can do something is half the battle. They weren't just wishing. They decided to try, fail, and try again. This mindset is like planting a tiny seed in your mind. At first, it's just an idea, maybe a dream, but if you keep watering it with belief and working hard, that seed can grow into something huge. Imagine learning to ride a bike. You fell, right, maybe many times, but you didn't give up. You kept trying because you believed you could do it. That little belief, that inner push, is exactly what we're talking about. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about seeing them as steps. So, it's not about being fearless. Everyone feels fear. It's about having the courage to act despite it. It's about knowing that mistakes are just lessons, not reasons to quit. And that's why it matters. This quiet strength, this steady belief in your own ability to figure things out, is truly what makes amazing things possible. It's a power that sits within all of us, waiting to be used.